final, penalty on the line, somebody scores to take Ghana to the semi-final. Would you be willing to take such a high-pressure penalty?
Yeah, I think in the national team we have a lot of good penalty shooters, but if the pressure's on me, of course it's a different pressure, you know. But I will take care of the Ghanaian national team. Of course, I will shoot in and try to be focused and put the ball in.
Wonderful. You know, I was asking about the national team. Tell me how you felt when finally Ghana sealed its place in the World Cup, right? It's been a long qualifying series. I'm sure you followed a lot of the matches and all. You were around the team at a certain point. How did it feel to officially know that Ghana had qualified for the World Cup in the USA, Canada, and Mexico?
Yeah. It's a big thing for me. It's a blessing, you know. So I think as a kid, you always want to play for such a tournament, and we as a Ghanaian, we are proud, you know. Every big tournament, especially the World Cup, is very special for us, and I was really happy that we are playing for the World Cup, and I can't wait. So I'm full focus of it, and try to bring the energy which I play here in Berlin to Ghana, of course.
You know, there are two assignments. When we started the interview, you said that you were gonna play against Germany in Stuttgart. Yeah. Against some of the players you know very well. I'm sure you know a couple of Austrian players as well. How do you feel about the two assignments? How important are they? And personally, what are you looking forward to in terms of these two assignments against Austria and Germany at the end of the month?
Sporty FM.
Yeah, it's a good game. I think these two games are very good to us for prepare for the World Cup, you know. So for every player is to fit in well, to communicate good, to have the good connections on the pitch, off the pitch. I think this is very important, especially for the World Cup. And I have friends in my team. They play for Austria. So in the dressing room, I was already okay. We're gonna see you soon, so we try to gonna beat you. And against Germany as well, of course, a lot of Bundesliga players are playing for the Germany national team. So that's why I'm looking forward to these two games. And it's a special game for me, you know. So I think it's also two very good teams. Where we can see how far we are. So I think it's a very good game to prepare for the World Cup. Yeah,
it's your second time with the national team. Between, you know, the first call up when you went to Asia and now, have you made any friends in the team? Which players are you closest to? Who are some of the new friends that you've made ever since you were part of the larger Black Stars team?
For me personally, when I came to the Ghana national team, it's like a family, you know. You are with everyone good. So this is I think special in the national team. Of course, you have 1-2 friends where you know them before the national team, because I played in Galatasaray Istanbul. Of course, I know Jerome Opoku, for example, longer than these other guys. But especially in this national team, you can see I'm really good with everyone, so we are a big family, and I'm really happy to play in this national team. Yeah.
Before you joined, I'm sure you must have watched the Black Stars as a kid, as a child. Do you have any favorite Black Stars memories, and who is your favorite or your favorite Black Stars players, or who's your favorite Black Stars player or players of all time?
This is a good question, man. This is a good question. I have a lot, but you know, as a kid, I was looking up to Michael Essien, of course, and Asamoah Gyan. He scored a lot of goals. Of course, he was also one of my favorite players. Kevin Prince Boateng, because he's a German Ghanaian mix. So in Germany, Kevin Prince was an example for us, you know. So that's why I have 2-3 players, but I would say, like, when I'm just looking on the pitch, I think Michael Essien,
wonderful. Michael Essien. And then what? Do you have any favorite Black Stars memories? Any favorite Black Stars match you always remember?
Yeah, of course. I think it was 2014, when I'm not wrong, 2014 or 10, the World Cup game
Sporty
against
FM.
Germany when we played 2-2.
Yeah, that was
Yes, I
2014.
was, yeah, 14. Yeah, 14. I was watching with my friends in Hamburg, Germany, and you know, you had a lot of Germany fans, and yeah, we were a small group with my friends. You know, we are, of course, for Ghana, and when Asamoah Gyan scored the 2-2, was crazy. So we were screaming the whole room, and everyone in Germany, they were really angry. So that's why it was funny for me, you know. I think this is one of the best memories I have in my mind for the Ghana national team. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go back to the two assignments, the Austria game and the Germany game. Personally, what do you want to take away from that game? What do you want to what's the biggest thing you want to do with those two games?
Sporty FM.
Do you want to almost seal your World Cup spot, or you feel that, I mean, just tell me, what do you want to do with those two games in terms of making a statement, or maybe trying to convince the coach to take you to the World Cup? What do you want to do with those two games?
Yeah. I think these two games are also very important for the team, you know, to, like I said, to keep the connection, to have a better connection for the World Cup, to prepare good, to know each other on and off the pitch. I think these small things are very important, that the team is really good for the tournament, you know. So that's why I want to help the team. I want to keep my energy there, and for me personally, of course, I want to play good, that I'm in the squad for the World Cup. I think this is, of course, for me personally, the most important thing. And I try to play good, that Otto has no chance to keep me out of the squad. So that's why I think every player is really focused of these two games. But like I said, especially the team has to be the first. So that's why we try to keep the connection good, and try to prepare very good for the World Cup, because the World Cup is not it's not far. So that's why we have to prepare very good, to train good, to play good, that we are really focused for the World Cup, you know.
Two questions before I let you go. How of the two matches, the one against Germany, I'm sure is special to you. You play against the country in which you were born versus the country you now represent. I mean, tell me, is there any particular German player you are very happy to be playing against? Who are you looking forward to facing in that friendly, should you get your opportunity to play?
Yeah, that's funny, you know. I think I don't have really one player, because I know a lot of players from the Germany national team, because we play every week against them. So for me, I try to play really good with Ghana against them, that we have a good word also in Germany, that they know, okay, Ghana is a good team, you know. So I'm looking forward to this game. Now this Saturday we play against Bayern Munich, so I can see a lot of German national team players, so I can prepare also in this game for the national team game. And I'm really happy to see them. And but on the field, you know, we are no friends, so we try to beat them with Ghana, of course.
Yeah. Finally, Derek, what would be your word to Ghanaians? Lots of Ghanaians are listening to this interview. Some people couldn't see you play when the team went to Asia to take on Japan and Korea. For a lot of people, this will be their very first time of seeing Derek Kohn play for the Black Stars. So what should they expect from you? What do you have to tell them when they think of you as a national team player? How should they feel about you playing for the national team? What should they expect from you?
Yeah, they can expect that I'm a person that will give always 100% for the team, you know. So I will play from my heart. I will give 100% energy on the pitch, even off the pitch. So I try to help my team, and when the opportunity is there to beat my opponent, no chance. no chance. I will be there for the squad and try to bring everything on the pitch. I think this is the most important thing.
All right. Finally, let's go to the very top. I was asking you how you felt about playing for the national team, whether you felt Ghanaian. Have you picked up any local language? Do you speak any of the local languages? Any Chi, any Ga? I don't know which of the languages you are learning to speak.
Yeah, I speak Chi.
Oh,
You know, kakakra.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Derek, thank you so much. Congrats once again on getting called up for the friendlies. We wish you the very best. We'll be watching. I'm sure we'll speak again soon, and we hope to see you on the flight to the World Cup.
For sure. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. But before I let you go, this weekend is against Bayern Munich. That's a big one, isn't it? It's a very big game against Bayern Munich.
Yeah. Like I said already, it's a big game. Always to play against Bayern, the best team in Germany, obviously, is a good game. And like I said, a lot of German national players are there, so I can prepare already. So I'm looking forward to this game as well.
All right. All the best ahead of Sunday, and congrats once again. Thank you and danke.
Danke. Yes, see you soon. Bye-bye.
All right,
Thank
take care
you.
then. That was Black Stars left back Derek Kohn joining us from his base in Berlin, sharing his thoughts on one, getting called up, and it starts with a number of things, Ray.
Yeah.
What the two friendlies mean to him as a player, what the friendlies should mean to the Black Stars. And I'm happy he spoke about it. He said this is an opportunity to test themselves, to see where they are, to get ready, build connections, and further, enhance preparations ahead of the World Cup. So we'll see. Derek Kohn plays for Union Berlin, and he joined us for this very interesting interview. We rarely get Black Stars players, so it's nice.
Yes,
to speak
it's
with them.
very difficult getting them, but it's good to hear from him. And he kept saying one thing, and anytime we have interviews with him, he keeps stressing on the connection, the bond, the connection. The bond.
This is Sporty
You realize
FM,
that
the voice
he
of
himself
sports.
understands that he has to get into that team and feel a part of that team. And he also understands that, look, without getting any proper connection, it's hard to play in that team. And we saw that with Kevin Prince Boateng.
Yeah.
When he joined the team, you realize that he easily bonded with the rest of the guys. He gelled into that team very well.
Yeah.
And he had joined the team, and you could see the relationship with most of the boys, with Sule, with Etienne and all. It was almost like he had always been part of the team.
Yeah.
And so it's important that when you speak to Derek, he keeps stressing on the fact that, look, it's important for connection, it's important for team building. It's good to hear him. And for me, he's one of the players I'm looking forward to seeing at the World Cup, because a lot has been said about him. Okay, for Otto Addo, a lot has been said about his ability, how offensive-minded he is, how solid he is defensively, his recovery runs and all. I think that a lot has been said about him in terms of his ball-playing ability.
Yeah.
Now is the time for us to see what he really brings to the table. And for me, he's one of the left backs I think should go to the World Cup, based on what I've seen him do at Union Berlin. I saw him play at Werder Bremen the season before he joined Union Berlin. He was very decent for Werder Bremen. Again, when he played for Gala, he had a very good stint at Galatasaray. Prior to that, he had played at Hannover 96 and all. So I think that he's one player who hasn't gotten into the team early, but like we always say, better late than never. He has a lot of quality, bags of potential. And when you see him on the ball, you realize that this is a proper player who's gone through the ranks in the German through the German football pyramid. He started off very early. He played for Germany under 19. He was plucked from Bayern Munich 2. For any player who starts from Bayern Munich 2, you clearly know what potential they saw to take him to Bayern Munich 2. Okay, possibly didn't end up in the national team of Germany, but what Germany lost, we have gained. So I think that he'll be a very, very, very good addition to our team, and we are looking forward to seeing Otto Addo play against Austria or against Germany, whichever match the coach decides to field him. I think that his experience and his ability will be highlighted in those games, and he possibly would be on the plane to to Germany. Gideon Mensah is there for competition, but I think that you look at the kind of football he's played this season and his composure. I mean, Nathan, you should watch him play for Union Berlin. Very composed, very calm, very, very pacey, very fast, very quick. I mean, he has what it takes
Sporty FM
to play in that left back row, and it's been one of our problematic areas since Hans Edusape left, since Babaraman left. And you know, at a point, Harrison Afo was playing both sides, but Harrison could play on the left and on the right. You know, there are times he had to, stay there a bit. So it's good that we are finally getting some solutions to our left back problems, and we are hoping that Atacon finally solves that problem. Nathan, for any player who is drafted into German Bundesliga 2 and is who is drafted into a Bayern Munich 2 team, that player obviously has a lot of quality. And I mean, prior to his call-up, there were a lot of people who said, oh, he has a bit of Evra in him, he has a bit of Alaba in him, he has a bit of Marcelo in him. A combination of all of those players, And you listen to a player like him, and he says it's focused. He's very focused on what he wants to do and what he wants to achieve in the game. So we wish him well, and we'll be happy to see him play for the Stars in our next 2 games, and we'll see how things go.
Well, Derek Kohn,
This is Sporty
part of the team that Otto Addo has named for the friendlies. Let me go through the list again. Then we can focus on the debutants, the 4 new players who were called. So the goalkeepers, Lawrence Atizigi, Benjamin Asari, Joseph Annan. The defenders, Patrick Fifer, Derek Lucasen, Derek Kohn, Jerome Opoku, Caleb Irenchi, Kojo Pompepra, Jonas Ajete, Marvin Senaya, Alex Jiku, and Gideon Mensah. Midfielders, Thomas Partey, Elisha Owusu, Ibrahim Suleimana, and Kwesi Sebo. I don't know why we've still listed Caleb Irenchi as a defender. I think that we need to draft him into midfield. But anyway, the forwards, Brandon Thomas Asante, Jordan Ayew. And talking about Brandon Thomas Asante, I think people, sometimes I hear people say, oh, I mean, this one is on a lighter note. People forget that his surname is a compound name.
Yeah,
the Thomas Asante is a compound name. So
Thomas.
Some people think he's called Thomas. No, he's Thomas. His surname is Thomas Asante. Anyway, that's on a lighter note. Jordan Ayew, Prince Kwabena, Christopher Bonsuba, Abdul Fattah Isahaku, Iñaki Williams, Antoine Semenyo, Kamal Dean Suleimana, and Daniel Eji. Now, to the debutants, okay? Derek Lucasen, he plays for Paphos FC in Cyprus.
Okay.
Product of AZ Alkmaar's Academy. Previously played for PSV, Hertha Berlin, Anderlecht, Kasim Pasha, Fatih Karagumruk.
Fatih Karagumruk.
Karagumruk. Maccabi Tel Aviv. And then he won the Cypriot League with Paphos. He played in the Champions League with Paphos in the group stage. Marvin Senaya, he's the player who's now at the center of this tussle, allegedly, between Ghana and Togo. Plays for Auxerre. He's played at Strasbourg, Sochaux, Lausanne Sports, having made his pro debut in 2021. Daniel Eji plays for Turkish side Kocaelispor. Born in England, played for Leyton Orient, Crewe Alexandra, Oxford, and Burnley. Yes, I've seen him a couple of times on the Burnley bench back in the day. Right, played for the Burnley B side. Featured, I don't know whether he got minutes in the Premier League, but he made the Premier League squad on some occasions, and I've seen those squads.
That was but he never really...
Yeah, never really played. Before going to Turkey to play for Kocaelispor. Patrick Fifer, he plays for Darmstadt, and he has been around the team for a while. Ray, I think his nationality switch was done...
way back, 2 years ago or something. Yeah.
Okay, and he's now getting to play. So that's the story of the 4 debutants.
So,
Sporty FM.
when the FA told us that they were pursuing nationality switches for certain players,
yes,
these are the players.
Well, I don't know about.
Now let me deal with Daniel Eji. Let me start from the attack.
Yeah.
Let me start from the attack. You see, Daniel Eji is one player who has spent a lot of time in the Premiership, in the English football pyramid. Let me put it that way. So Daniel Eji spent 9 years playing in England. And in 13 seasons where he played for a lot of teams.
In England?
In England.
Okay. So the teams he played for
7
Leyton Orient,
Yes.
Crewe Alexandra, Oxford United, and Burnley.
Yes. So, Nathan, you see, you see.
Have I missed out something?
No, I mean, he spent a lot of time playing in the Championship, a lot of time playing in League 2, a lot of time playing
This
in League
is
1.
Sporty FM, the
Okay.
voice of sport.
That is the player. And at 28, when you keep dropping like that, it goes with your performances as well. Okay. So now the Black Stars are saddled with a problem where they need a player to put the ball at the back of the net. They need goals. And in Otto Addo's quest to solve this problem, he has gone straight for Kokailispor attacker Daniel Eje. Now, Daniel Eje, in his 13 seasons playing in England, specializing in playing in the Championship, League 1, League 2, if you look at his goal scoring numbers, on only 2 occasions, you know, he started from Coventry.
Okay.
On 2 occasions, the 18-19 season when he was playing for Burnley under 23. And then in the 22-23 season when he was playing for Crewe Alexandria in League 2. Those were the only times he recorded double numbers in his striking career, 16 goals.
When was this?
2018-2019 season.
2018-2019.
For Burnley under 23s.
Burnley under 23, okay.
And then 2022-2023. Playing for Crewe Alexandria, League 2 then. Scored 16 goals in 46 games.
16 in 46.
FM.
Yes.
So that's the only time in his career where he backed double figures.
Yes.
2018-2019. Playing
Now-
for what, Crewe or Burnley?
Yeah, Crewe Alexandria, and then Burnley under 23. Now,
So he did what, double figures on 2 occasions?
occasions.
Okay.
only
Fine.
those times.
Fine.
The rest of the games he played in his close to 13 seasons, in 11 seasons he stayed in England, he never crossed 10.
Okay.
He never crossed the 10-goal mark. His highest was 7 goals playing for Leyton Orient in League 1. And that was after 44 games.
Okay, I just want to find out something. Ray,
You see,
I'm
Nathan,
coming. I just want to find out something. So in Daniel Eje's career, what was the highest level he got to?
the highest level he got to was playing for Crewe Alexandria, scoring 16 goals and providing 5 assists.
So
in League 2.
In League 2.
Thank you very much.
So you are saying that the highest level he got to was what, League 2?
Playing for Crewe that time, 23, 22.
Okay, but he
22,
made some Burnley match day squads for the Premier
Yeah,
League,
but-
but never played.
Yeah, never played.
Okay.
Yes. So he started from Coventry to Burnley under 20. He went to Warsaw, went to Blackpool. That's why I said he played for 7 different clubs in that pyramid.
Okay.
Played
Moving
for
between
Blackpool.
what? Championship, League 1, League 2.
1, League 2, Championship, League 1, League 2, then to Oxford United, and then
that was at which
and then
level?
to Crewe. Oxford then was in the Championship, yeah. Oxford, so League 1 Championship, between League 1 and Championship, okay. That's his level. Now he's going to Kokailispor. And this season, playing for Kokailispor, our good friend AJ has delivered 4 goals in 23 games. 4 goals
4 in 23.
in 23 games. Clearly, Nathan, if you ask me that you are looking for a striker or you are looking for a forward to deal with the attacking problems, it is not Daniel Eje. If it is because of his football DNA coming from England that we feel that he's a solid
This
player
is Sporty
and want to
FM,
put
the
him side by
voice of
side with
sport.
Semenyo because Semenyo has a similar history, fine. But I'm saying that for a striker who has scored 4 in 23, I don't know what we are looking for from this player at the World Cup or in this squad again in this friendlies coming up against Austria and Germany. Now let me move to the other one. Let me go to Lucasen. You know, Lucasen is a product of the Netherlands youth system.
Okay.
So Lucasen had stints playing for England, for Netherlands under 18, Netherlands under 19, Netherlands under 20, Netherlands under 21.
Okay.
It was around the under 21 time when he made 9 appearances for Netherlands that he got into AZ Alkmaar. Okay? So now,
Sporty FM.
playing for AZ Alkmaar, he quickly cemented the spot and moved to PSV Eindhoven.
Okay.
So between 2017 2022, he was at PSV Eindhoven, but he never really got into the team.
Okay.
And that's where they started loaning him. They sent him on loan to Hertha Berlin, sent him on loan to Anderlecht, sent him on loan to Kasimpasa, sent him on loan to Fateh Karagümrük, all in Turkey. All the Turkish clubs rejected him at a point. And then he finally landed in Israel to play for Maccabi Tel Aviv. It's the top team in Israel. Spent 2 seasons there, and then finally went to Pafos. The player we are talking about is a 30-year-old defender.
A 30-year-old defender.
In fact, Lucasen is not a young boy. Now, Nathan, do you know what is interesting about him? If you are looking for a defender
Sporty FM.
who is dirty, dirty defender, is Lucasen. So you look at his record as a player. In 10 years he has been on the pitch, he has received as many as 67 yellow cards.
By the way.
Know your player. You said we should know the player.
No problem. And I'm saying that, fine, I get your point. But I'm saying that, does it not come with the territory?
Nathan, relax now. And you see, again, playing in that role, all these years, he's been able to receive as many as 13 red cards.
Yeah.
In fact, 12 red cards. Yeah, let me take one. 12 red cards. That's a matter of fact. So if you are looking for that defender who is close to getting yellow cards or close to picking reds because of a few issues with pace, turning, reading of the game, then that is Lucasen. This season alone, he has struck 2 red cards already. 8 yellow cards, 2 red cards. Already, this season, playing for Pafos. Well, that is the defender Otto has brought.
Sporty FM.
Now, Patrick Fifer. You see, Patrick Fifer is one defender. Long ago, we heard was being considered for the national.
Yes.
Long ago. But you see, Patrick Fifer's problems with the national team has been down to his own ability. His absence from the national team has been down to his own inability to be that player destined for the top. Okay, he started very well. Started with the Hamburg SV under 19. Moved through the ranks to Darmstadt. Then playing in Bundesliga 2, Bundesliga 1, Bundesliga 2, then came to Bundesliga. Then came to Augsburg. It didn't happen for him at Augsburg. Augsburg had paid good money to bring him into the team. 2023, 2024. It didn't happen for him. Then he quickly moved to young boys in Switzerland. Even then, he couldn't get a chance to break into the league. He had to play for young boys too. Then after that, he came back to Germany to play for Magdeburg, another lower tier. Then finally, from Magdeburg, he got a chance to get into the Darmstadt Bundesliga 2 team. That is currently second in the Bundesliga 2, hoping to qualify to the German Bundesliga. Now, you know what is interesting? In that Darmstadt team, he plays with a Croatian called Matej Maglica. Do you know that Croatia have not even called that player? That's his part. That's his defensive part.
We're at Darmstadt.
At Darmstadt. Croatia are not even looking in this direction. Because, of course, he doesn't meet the standard for them. As to whether maybe our good friend would decide, Dalit would decide to bring him in now.
Sporty FM.
But, you see, Fifer has never shifted gear in terms of the potential that many saw. He's a very tall defender.
Yeah.
He's 6'5". He has good height. And everybody expects that with defenders with such stature, a lot is expected. Aerial ability, solid. You know, your ability to defend set pieces, your ability to put the ball at the back of the net. When it comes to set pieces and all, a lot of people expect a lot from him. But it hasn't really happened for him. Maybe Otto wants to give the German player an opportunity to redeem himself in these two friendlies. Maybe. I can be wrong. But again, for a player who has played for Germany under 18, played for Germany under 19, of course he showed bags of potential to be called up at that level. But since then, Patrick Fifer's career never kicked off. So again, you are bringing in a defender who is not world class, a very average defender, and you are expecting him to turn water into wine. Patrick Fifer. And I'm told, he has a goal-scoring threat around him. When you put him in the team, set pieces, now they have a set-piece coach. So Patrick Fifer's height advantage, 6'5", is expected to get Black Stars goals. Later, we are waiting to see that happen. So that's the third new ball. Another Boga star. So now, you see, you've got to bring Daniel Ejie from England. You've got to bring Patrick Fifer from Germany.
Yeah.
You've got to bring us Lucasen from Netherlands. Let us continue. Now we come to Senaya. And that is the most shocking one for me.
Why?
Nathan, Senaya came in from the French system, the French youth system.
Yeah.
Strasbourg too. Then came to Strasbourg, then, you know, it didn't happen for him there. It wasn't happening. Then he went to Sochaux. Then came to play for Rodez. Went to Lucasen Sport. And then now he's playing for Auxerre. Interestingly, this Otto squad is made up of 3 French players, 3 players playing in France, who have their team languishing in the relegation zone in the French Ligue 1. Auxerre. So there's Gideon Mensah there, there's Elisha Usu there, and there's this one, Senaya also.
Yeah.
Nathan, Senaya hasn't really shown, he's not proven beyond reasonable doubt that he has what it takes to even get into the Black Stars team. Another very, very average player we've invited into the squad. Another very average player. The new boy. So you see, we would have expected that since Otto is deciding to bring us new boys, he's bringing us new boys who have quality we've not seen before. But it's almost as if we are bringing in players.
This is Sporty FM.
Because
the voice
people
of
have said,
sports.
this boy is good. But playing for Auxerre, Nathan, you follow the French Ligue 1. You follow the French Ligue 1. Tell me how many times our good friend Marvin Senaya has dominated any game you've watched, or has shown a lot of promise in any game you've watched, or has proven that, yes, he's the player. He's that player. Okay. No. As a defender, just tell me that you've seen Marvin Senaya play for Auxerre, and he's been rock solid in any game you've seen him play for.
The point is, Auxerre themselves have struggled. I mean, the point is that the last 4 games he's played, right? Games against Rennes, Lorient, and Strasbourg. He's okay. I mean,
yes.
He's kind of stood out. But the point is that it's not been the theme of his Auxerre career.
Yes.
You understand? It's not been the theme of his Auxerre career.
Yes.
It's not like he's lit up the back line, and it's rare.
Yes.
The most standout performance really was when Auxerre beat Toulouse 1-0. That was the game where he stood out.
Yes.
And then played well. But the point is that his larger Auxerre career has been a lot of, average performances here and there. It's not like the performances are not bad. They are not world class. They are hanging somewhere in between. But again, it's the general state of the Auxerre team this season in France.
Yes. So Nathan, I mean, these new boys, well, I don't know. But you see, these are the Boga stars we have gone to bring to complete nationality to play for us. When Senegal was going for Mbaye and Sarr, we've seen where Sarr is now. Nathan, you know where Sarr is playing now? Chelsea.
Yeah.
We've seen Mbaye. Mbaye plays for PSG.
Mamadou Sarr or Malang Sarr?
No. Mamadou.
Okay, yeah. From Strasbourg to
plays for Chelsea these days. Ibrahim Mbaye, right? That's the name. He plays for PSG.
Yeah, Ibrahim.
Those were the stars they got from France. That annoyed France. These are the ones we are bringing into our team. But you see, Nathan, today I want to deal with that attacking lineup that we have. And you see, I want Ghanaians to know our team very well. You see, that's why I'm taking my time to do this exercise. It's not because we don't like the players. But we want Ghanaians to know the team. Brandon Thomas Asante, he plays for Coventry. This season, Coventry are gunning to seal promotion into the Premier League too.
That's true.
He's managed 11 goals, 4 assists in the championship. Decent.
11 goals, 4 assists.
Decent.
I see. He's contributed.
Yeah.
So he's contributed 15 goals. Has been involved in 15 goals.
He's had his own injury problems and all. No
Yes,
problem.
yes.
So we'll take it like that. Prince Edu,
Sporty
he plays for what? Victoria Pilsen.
Yes.
Do you know that before he joined the national team for the Asia Tour,
Yeah.
he has scored 5 goals for Pilsen?
Okay.
Since playing in that Asia game, he scored only once in 20 games.
1 in 20.
So again, I struggle to understand.
Kelvin, hold on. I want to understand.
Oh,
I want to understand. Kelvin. Why? There's a numbers thing here.
you see, I'm struggling to understand what Otto saw to invite him back into this team.
Maybe Otto might have gone with what he
Because
saw.
you see, the 1 in 20, even at his club side, he's not getting minutes. He's played only 190-minute game for them.
190-minute game.
It's his 3 minutes, 9 minutes, 22 minutes, 20 minutes here. So again, since returning from Asia, I am surprised. Even their last game they played against Bohemians, he didn't play. Okay, so again, I'm struggling to understand
This is
what
Sporty
informed
FM,
Otto's
the
decision
voice of sport.
to invite Prince Edu again. He scored only 1 in 20 games since he last played for the Stars in Asia. Then we move to Christopher Bonsuba. Bonsuba has been decent. I mean, we saw glimpses of his brilliance at Genk, no doubt. And this season, he's been able to tell the whole world that, look, he has that finished, that final third play about him getting to a certain level where in the next few years, you'll be one of the best wingers possibly in the Saudi Pro League. I mean, this season has been decent. He's played 24 matches, he scored 2 goals. He's provided 7 assists, crucially. Playing as a winger, of course. Those are decent numbers for any winger. 7 assists. His assists before the assist contribution, his all-round play is solid for Akatia. Maybe you can talk about the quality of the Saudi Pro League, but he's doing the business. He's doing his best.
Yeah.
Fatah Isaaku, 9 goals, 7 assists for Leicester City this season. And without doubt, he and Semenyo have the best goal assist numbers for the team. So that's a 16-goal contribution for Leicester City, who are languishing in the relegation zone. They are currently in the drop zone.
Yeah.
So by the time we get to the World Cup, if they don't come out,
They will be on their way to playing for League One. Playing in the League One.
Will be playing in the Championship. In the League One.
Yes.
In the League One. Kelvin, if things don't change for Leicester City, our captain and Fatah Isaaku will be languishing in League One by the time we go to the World Cup. But he's also been good. Inaki Williams in 20 games this season has scored 2 goals, provided 2 assists, and scored 1 goal in the Copa del Rey. So Inaki Williams has scored 3 goals and managed 2 assists for his club, Athletic Club.
Yes.
Again,
Across all competitions.
Again, Inaki Williams is expected to be the striker to lead the line for us at the tournament. There are serious issues there. Then we go for Kamaldeen Sulemana. Kamaldeen Sulemana is expected to be an explosive winger on the left. Oh, Kevin, on the left, right? On the left side of attack.
That's only with
So Nathan, in 22 games he has played for Atalanta, on starting games and coming from the bench, 22 appearances we've seen. He's managed 2 goals, 1 assist. He scored 1 goal in the Coppa Italia. So making it 3 goals all season.
3 all season. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are your attackers. Then Daniel Eje, I've already spoken about him. And then our good captain, Jordan Ayew. Jordan, 5 goals, 3 assists so far for Leicester City. Game minutes, few and far between. Clearly, if you are looking for a forward line to go to the World Cup and dominate opponents, if you are looking for a forward line to go to the World Cup and terrorize opponents, ladies and gentlemen, only Semenyo and Fatai Isaku come close in terms of numbers. Semenyo has 15 goals in the Premier League, 1 in the FA Cup, 1 in the EFL Cup, and he has 4 assists. You know, in the English Premier League, clearly, Semenyo has done his bit to position himself as one of our fine forwards going to the tournament.
Yeah.
Behind him, you put Fatai Isaku. But Fatai Isaku, again, consistency issues. One good game, one bad game, one good game, one bad game. One beautiful goal, that time missing. That has been Fatai Isaku for him. But we'll take him any day because, of course, in terms of numbers, he has numbers. Brandon Thomas Asante, he has good numbers.
Yeah.
Decent enough to go in, and if he gets his chance, he score goals. The rest, well, Nathan, it is left to be seen. I mean, Christopher Ponsuba, good outlet on the right, obviously. But you see, depending on what Otto decides to play at the World Cup, are you going to play Brandon, Fatau, Semenyo, Ba, or because they have numbers?
No. Obviously
not.
Yes.
So we have to really figure out this attack line. We have to look at it properly. Defensively, there are issues, but of course, again, we have been told that in the absence of Salisu, Otto would have to try a few other players and see who best replaces Salisu. Jiku, he's been playing games for Spartak Moscow. He's been decent for them. He's on any day solid player. Patrick Fifer, I've told you, this is possibly his best season playing in Germany. Simply because Darmstadt are attempting to qualify to play in the German Bundesliga. So you would give him credit for being a part of the team that is pushing for Bundesliga football. Derek Lucasen, if you are looking for a Rambo star player, a Rambo star player, a no-nonsense defender, if you miss the ball, you don't miss the man, and take a yellow card, take one for the team, that is Lucasen for you. Derek Kohn, we've spoken about him. Jerome Opoku, another very consistent player
he's been around the team in a while.
In the Turkish league. He plays for Başakşehir here. He has good height. I think he's 6'4".
Oh yes, he's tall.
Very, very, he's been decent. He's been consistent for Başakşehir here. I don't know if he gets to start. I don't know if he gets a chance to replace Salisu.
I get the sense that he will be the one to replace Salisu.
He's been consistent. I mean, he has minutes under his belt. I think he has a goal. A goal. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So we'll see how that works out too for him. Caleb Yenchi, he's been very good for North Island, as you'd put it. Yeah, he's been very good for them. And so again, one good player who might play as a 2. Many believe that he's supposed to play in the center of the pitch. But again, it's up to Otto Addo. Jonas Ajete, since he moved to Wolfsburg, he hasn't played too many games. Obviously, because he had to find a way to blood him into the team. But he's good. All-round quality, decent player. Senaya, I don't know. I don't have any more words for Senaya.
Is it the one we're fighting with Togo?
Yes, Marvin Senaya.
I don't have any words for Senaya. Alexander Jiku, we all know. Gideon Mensah, well, if Gideon Mensah is going to play left back for us at the World Cup, we have issues. We need cover for him. And that's why Atakon is in the team. And that is why there's still a lot of talk around Baba Rahman coming back into this team. Again, we'll see how that pans out. Later, why we are threadbare is where Ghana has had its biggest strength in the past.
In midfield.
Any World Cup we've been to, what has been the key driver of the Black Stars has been the midfield.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, with Kwesi Sibo, Elisha Usu, Ibrahim Suleimana, with these 3 boys, later, the games against Austria and Germany, we might have a non-existent midfield. Because that is the weakest part of our team. And you see, to think of a national team that has had the likes of SCS, Aima. Aima, what's his name? Antoniana. And the name is Aima. Ricardo. Hey, Charlie Kevin, what about you? You know, Sule Muntari.
Steven Lai.
Lai Kingston. Stephen Appiah. Wow, Derek Boatin. To look at this midfield of Kwesi Sibo,
Chips Samukra Nyebimo.
Yeah, you know, Kwesi Sibo, Elisha Usu, for example, and we've seen Elisha Usu play for this national team. He's back.
He's back.
No, Ibrahim Sulemana has been getting minutes at Cagliari.
Yeah.
I don't know how much confidence Otto will have in him, but otherwise, he looks like a midfielder
Sporty
with a
FM.
lot of quality around him. He has bags of potential.
You know, I think that Otto will need to figure out the midfield mix. Calvin, you get what I mean? Because
Yeah.
he needs to figure out that midfield mix properly. Because if you ask me, it looks like the person who gets to start in that midfield is likely to be Kwesi Sibo.
And
Yeah.
Partey.
Sibote.
So if we go with Kwesi Sibo and Partey,
The Sibo party.
you understand? So then what? So we have Sibo and Partey. I watched them play together.
Again.
Ghana v Mali. I thought it was good. It looked good. Fine. So those two.
Ghana v Comoros.
Ghana v Comoros. So those two. And then who? Okay, Kudus. But what kind of condition will Kudus be in? What will be his state?
But you see,
Sporty
that
FM.
fact remains that you don't even know what kind of party you are going to get at the World Cup.
Yeah.
You don't know what party will turn up. His quality has never been in doubt. Mentality of the field issues, you don't know what party will turn up at the World Cup. And so, take Partey, the world-class midfielder, out. And the rest of the midfielders you are practically going to do Matra Makwe in the middle of the park. Whether it is Sibo, or it is Sulemana, or it is Elisha Usu. That's what Elisha Usu, we've seen him. And everybody around this table believes that Elisha Usu shouldn't be part of any national team midfield.
Wow.
Oxe captain.
Elisha Usu. We saw Elisha Usu and there was another one. There were two of them. Salih Ahmed.
Yeah.
What are these two boys we said we didn't want to see around the national team?
Salih started well and lost his way, kind of.
But these are the players Otto has brought. These are the midfielders he wants to go with. So again, we'll take it like that. But Nathan, there are issues with this squad. As for goalkeeping, Atizigi, for me,
Sporty
remains
FM.
the goalkeeper who should be considered number one. And my reason is simple.
Okay.
No issue with Benjamin Asare. He kept the post against Madagascar, Chad, Comoros, and co. Yes, it was decent. But at this level, you see, there are levels to this. Your Ghana Premier League strikers who have been testing our goalkeeper,
Okay.
Benjamin Asare, who have been trying to get him to commit errors and get goals, have not been looked at in this call-up.
Okay.
Clearly telling everybody that they are not good enough.
Okay.
But the goalkeeper they are testing is good enough to go and be imposed at the World Cup. No problem. All we are saying is for us to be convinced that on the local scene, the only quality player we can produce is a goalkeeper. Is that he goes to the World Cup and makes everybody proud. He plays in these two friendlies and excels spectacularly, and everybody says yes.
This
It's the
is
only
Sporty
good thing the
FM,
local league
the
has
voice of sport.
Because for me, it is disappointing. Seeing some of the names I'm seeing here, players who have scored one goal in 20. Some of us are disappointed.
Okay.
We can't even count Ghana Premier League strikers, midfielders, defenders in this squad.
Okay.
It is sad.
So you say Atisigi should
We are
be
saying that
number
if
one.
Benjamin Asare is the brightest spot or the best thing to happen to the league, no problem. Let us see him against Austria and Germany. And then let us be convinced. The same way everybody has convinced us that indeed our local players, defenders, attackers, midfielders are not good enough to be in this team.
Okay.
Let us be convinced that it's only goalkeepers we can produce in the local league.
Okay.
I rest my case.
All right. Kelvin, I'm sure you have something to say before we bring in Michael.
Just something short before you go to Michael. I know Michael is going to laugh, but I don't care.
Sporty FM.
Michael, good morning. Yes, bring me some of your tea when you come around. I would like to enjoy some. But Nathan, yes, for the goalkeeping unit, yes, I have no issues. But sincerely, Joseph Anan, when he was even at West Ham as a backup, why has he become a mainstay? I have serious issues with that goalkeeper being here.
But he's been around the team for a bit.
Abasi should be there.
So you say Abasi should replace
Yeah, he should
Joseph
be there. Yeah.
Annan.
Joseph Anan, he should sit somewhere. Agbasi should be there.
Okay, the counter argument I will make is that Agbasi hasn't had enough games.
He has.
How many?
No, there no why.
But Anan has had more games than Agbasi.
At highly competitive level. Agbasi showed everything he had to do in the CAF Confederation Cup for Dreams.
But Kelvin, somebody will say that.
In Hard to Folk, the only goal he conceded in about 8 games
was that Mediama.
Yes, that's Salim goal. You cannot blame any goalkeeper for that goal.
I understand, but somebody will say that.
And somebody will say that he's gifted.
Yes,
he's a well-traded goalkeeper.
I mean, I get it. Agbasi, somebody will say that Agbasi's last proper run was 2 years ago or 3 years ago with Dreams. He's not had enough games. And some people believe that all of this is Hearts of Oak's fault. If they had given Agbasi enough games, he probably would have had a fair shout. So what will you say to that argument?
Based on that argument, Kamaldeen Sulemana should not be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Fair point.
Yeah. It's the reason why I have issues with that. So that is a good opinion. The defenders, Raymond told me something, but it's come to pass. Patrick Fifer.
Fifer has been around there.
Lucasen. What was wrong, or what has been wrong with Razak Simpson for him to be totally out of this team? Someone who played the qualifiers and was in there. Remember Jordan's statement about the interview with Songo, speaking about that the team playing the qualifiers. So Otto played the qualifiers with these guys, teaching them his philosophy and all that, and he's now telling us that they are short off and that Lucasen and Fifer are now in good stead to play ahead of players like that. Razak Simpson. He should be in this squad. He should be in this squad. This raises questions about
maybe the selectors have looked at him and he's not.
Now Lucasen and Fifer, say at home. No, it's not that we haven't seen the Lucasen and Fifer. They did not give us anything extraordinary. And that is why I love what we saw from the Serbian managers, those managers when they came to coach Ghana. In 2006, look at how confident he was with the local blend. It was quite unfortunate that some players missed out because there was too much quality in our midfield. That the likes of Chipsa William Teru, who had contributed so much to qualifying for the World Cup, missed out. I don't understand why. Fine. Caleb Yinchi, Jerome Opoku, Derek Kohn, because of the issues with our left back, Gideon Mensah's backup. And Marvin Senaya is also a right back, right?
It's a centre back.
Centre back.
Yeah.
Right back. Yeah. So
right back, okay.
Yes, he's a right back. Senaya. So that means together with Caleb, they will be fighting for that right back position.
I don't know why.
Because Caleb is a right back.
I get, but Kelvin, I don't understand why we are hell bent on shoehorning Caleb Yinchi into the right back.
Utility. Otto Addo is given yes. Okay, now fine. You look at that midfield and it's soft for me.
Yeah.
Ibrahim Sulemana with his consistent injuries. I don't know how strong he is now. Thomas Partey with his quality, but at top level. Yeah. Fine, we see him now. He plays about 30 minutes, when Gay goes of 25, 20 minutes to help BRL in their games. We know he's our best bet in that midfield to create. Sebo has formed a very good partnership. Now, we're concerned with Sebo not getting game time, but it looks like he's improved in the last couple of games, and that is okay. Now, in attack, Thomas Brandon Asante, I have no issues. Jordan Ayew, for what he does when he's in the Black Stars, and he's the captain of the team, you can't leave him out. Prince Edu Kwabena has showed consistently that, yes, he's a player capable of filling into shoes and giving us something extra when we are missing certain players, like what Razak Pimpon used to give us. He showed even in the last friendly. We saw that goal that he scored. But clearly it gives you an indication if you have a very good creator and you play him through the lines, you play the ball through the lines, he's going to offer you that kind of strength. He may not be as Samuel Jan's, skill set at that level of a Samuel Jan's skill set, but he shows glimpses of strength, skill, and then pace. Good there. Christopher Bonsuba, as best as a squad player. Abdul Fattah Isaakum, yes, obviously he should be in there. Iñaki Williams has had issues, but you can't leave him out like that. He's been, bad the injuries and inconsistencies this season where he's failing to get minutes. He's always been, a crucial part. Antoine Semenyo, obviously. That was the first name I'm sure they put on the list. Kamaldeen Sulemana. How is Samuel Atakumi and Emmanuel Ano missing out on the Black Star squad for Kamaldeen Suleiman? How many times will we give this guy an opportunity? If Razak Simpson and other players are missing out, Kamaldeen Suleiman should also be off. I've said it. What does he offer the Black Stars? What is the quality? What does he offer us that other players cannot be given an opportunity? Nobody can tell me Atakumi cannot play for the Black
Sporty
Stars.
FM.
Nobody can tell me Emmanuel Ano cannot be put in there. Where lies the future for us? That the local contingent, Daniel Ejay of what? Kokalispo.
Ex Burnley and
Burnley no crowd went to me.
Burnley under 23, Oxford Crew Alexander and co.
Baby, I walk fine. He may be a good player, and maybe he just needed time. Football, there are times.
Yeah.
But let's look at what other coaches and managers are doing. Look at Ryan. Look at Ryan and Igor Thiago.
Yeah.
Ryan has been given an opportunity to play for the Brazilian national team. So why is it that locally we cannot give players who are performing an opportunity, and we are allowing players who are not given so much at club level and they offer little and less when they come to the national team to always have an opportunity to prove themselves? On any day, certain players should not be in there. And I've said it. I don't know what that Daniel Ejay and then Kamaldeen Suleiman will bring. They should be off.
This
And then,
is Sporty
like I've
FM,
spoken about the
the voice
goalkeeper.
of sport.
They say Fanan. And in defense, Razak Simpson should have had a shot in there.
You
So
think he should have been giving an
he should have had a shot in there. He should have been there, and I think that he should have been there.
Okay.
Now this tells us Ghana that we are falling short of the quality we had in midfield years ago, and it should be something with the technical directorate and the national team department and the Black Stars head coach right from the youth stages. Now we have the under 15s up to the national team. They should try and model proper central midfielders. Raymond was mentioning our squad back in the days where was our strength. All our players could play as 6. They could play as 8. They could play as 10s. Yes. They could play. Some could even play double up on the flanks. A player like Lai could play 6, 8, 10, and on the flanks. Muntari could do same. Even if you put ACN to play, we know ACN and his utility. He could just do justice to it. Steven could play deep. He could play as an 8. He could play as a 10. Even Antonian could play as a 6 and as an 8.
But Antonian's younger days, he was a very explosive midfielder.
Derek Watson could give you that.
Yes.
Even Rabiu at Mabedu, a free aqua could give you that. So now we are falling. We are dropping off. Hopefully they see this and then. But like I've said, these are the names that I think should have made it. I don't know what Otto is looking for, but Lucasen and Fifer We've seen them before.
Yeah, Kamaldeen is in there. Michael Asaribedu, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, you've had to hold on to listen to your colleagues. Your own thoughts on the squad that Otto has named for the friendlies against Germany. Sorry, Austria and Germany in that order. Austria first, Germany second.
All right. Good morning, Nathan. Good morning, guys. I think this is not a perfect squad, but I think in the grand scheme of affairs, it is the best squad that we can assemble now for the assignments that we have to engage in. Talk of Austria, talk of Germany on March 27 and March 30 respectively. Now, to dive deep, I think Raymond and Kelvin have done a lot of justice to the various departments. In the goalkeeping department, Kelvin advocated for Solomon Agbasi being in there at the expense of Jose Fernand. I don't want to act like I'm Otto Addo this morning, but then again, I want to perhaps
Sporty FM.
come with the assumption that he's looking for continuity at this point in time, especially in a department where there is a little time or not too much time for you to assess new faces. Perhaps you want to go for those you've actually kept in your fold for some consistent period. And I think that justifies why we stuck with the same goalkeepers we sent to the Kirin Cup Joseph Anan as the third ranked, then Lawrence Atizigi second ranked, and then Benjamin Asari as the number one ranked goalkeeper in the Black Star squad. I think that justifies it. For the new faces, I think there's not a lot about Marvin Senaya that many Ghanaians know, but I dare say if you are looking for top 3 best defenders in his team, Auxerre, he definitely ranks in there. He is a capable defender, and judging by his exploit, maybe the coach wants to try him out and see
This is
if he can
Sporty
address
FM,
a
the
particular
voice of
need in the
sports.
team. If we paid attention to the Kirin Cup assignment, one critical position that we actually wanted to see an improvement was the right back position. There is no Ali Seidu. So how about we offer players like Senaya an opportunity to justify themselves? And these are the numbers that speak for why he should be in here. If you look at the statistics at Auxerre this season, in his team, he's ranked number 3 for tackles. He's made a total of 46 tackles. In his team, he's ranked number 2 for interceptions. He's made 30 interceptions. In fact, it is 10% of the overall total that Auxerre have put up so far in the French Ligue 1 this season. He ranks in the top 10 for possession won for his side. Then he's ranked number 1 for blocks made so far this season. He's made a total of 9 blocks. He's ranked number 3 for clearances. He's made 67. He's in the top 5 for ground duels contested. Then he is ranked the best in his team for ground duels won percentage or success rate. So it means that he is in the top 5 for ground duels contested, but no other person in the Auxerre team has a better duels won success rate. And you look at Marvin Senaya as the only player with that. Then he's the 3rd best ranked in the Auxerre team for aerial duels percentage. So if you're looking at duels contested, both ground and aerial, definitely Marvin Senaya is ranked in the top 2 for his side. Now, if you elevate the conversation from the individual to the team, and then you assess Auxerre and how they are fed in the French Ligue 1 per their statistics or how you measure their performances, Auxerre have some of the best defensive records in the league, and permit me to go through some of them for you. Auxerre is ranked as the top team in the French Ligue 1 for interceptions. And Marvin Senaya alone has made 30, which is 10% of what his team has done. So if Auxerre are where they are, then clearly it points towards the fact that players like Marvin Senaya's contribution defensively has helped them to get some of these numbers and then put them up there in terms of their defensive ratings in the French league. Collectively, they are not a team that are playing so well. They are ranked 16th in the league, which is not so good. But you would have individual performers in there who are doing a solid job. Like you can find with Abdul Fattah Shahaku in the Black Stars, but Leicester City are not having a very good season. But individually, he's a standout in the Leicester City team. Marvin Senaya, although Auxerre are not doing so well, individually, he's a standout for defensive metrics. And how about an opportunity to try him out in the Black Star setup? Yes, he's done so well, but how will he fit in the Black Stars when we play against Austria and Germany? So if there is any justification to be made, these are the numbers I've put forward regarding Marvin Senaya and why he should be in here, so that at least we can assess whether he fits in or does not fit in or should be considered going into the FIFA World Cup 2026. That is it for Marvin Senaya. Players like Patrick Fifer, we've known him. Derek Lucasen has been on the radar for a very long time. And Paphos were in the Champions League. So Lucasen played in the Champions League, although they did not make it beyond the league phase. But again, you need your players to have that kind of exposure. I personally think someone like Lucasen has been caught up at a point in time where he's played his best football. The time we should have had him was like some 5 years, 6 years ago. But does he still have something to offer? Yes, I agree. Especially in our defensive area, where we are looking at shoring up that particular position, where we have had injuries to some players in there, and then maybe you want to try out some other names and some other faces who will also come and justify themselves. So, yes, we are not getting them at their best, but we are still getting them at a point in time where they are playing regular competitive football and they still have something to offer. So I think, yes, consideration can be made for them. I share in the sentiments of Kelvin and Raymond when they say that our midfield is a bit light in terms of the options and also in terms of the quality. I was surprised to see Caleb Rienchi named amongst the defenders.
Same here.
Maybe in reality, when the players gather, consideration will be given for Caleb Rienchi to join up the midfield, because what we have seen is just what is on paper. But when they meet to train, judging by the schedule and everything that will be given him, then we'll get to know whether he would feature for the Black Stars as a right back or as a midfielder, because I think he did a solid job during the Kirin Cup playing in midfield, especially when Francis Abu got injured. So I think he has been named as a defender, but when we ask to play the games, he will definitely be considered in the midfield because he has a lot more to offer in that position. And I think we are light. Kwesi Sibo, after playing in those qualifiers, has not really been a standout for Oviedo, and they are having a torrid time. Individually, too, he's not stood out. Again, for Thomas Partey, he's had his own off-the-pitch issues, which to an extent has affected him one way or the other. We've not seen the best of him when he joined Villarreal. He's a player that many expected that he would elevate the midfield position of Villarreal. He will play consistently for them, but it hasn't been the case. And some time past, Marcelino, the Villarreal boss, said he wasn't really pleased or excited or content with how much Thomas Partey has contributed to his side. And so it justifies that. But again, at club level where players are not really having a good time, they come to the national side, they feel right at home, they are able to settle in, and then they can deliver. So maybe that. Ibrahim Sulemana has been a bit of on and off. Injuries have worried him, and he's not really had sustained minutes in terms of playing time. But he's a player that we all attest to his quality whenever he's fit and whenever he's ready. So I want to see how far he can go. But this is so unlike Ghana. And the point is that there is a shift in paradigm as regards the players we are producing now. In 10, 15 years ago, Ghana was noted for producing midfielders. And one area we were actually lacking was attackers, whether center forwards or wing attackers. Now, the change in paradigm is that we are now producing a lot more wing attackers. Even for the forward areas, we have more wing attackers than center forwards. We are producing more of wing attackers than midfielders, and even to an extent than defenders. And if you look at the recent transfers that have been done, they are players who are offensively minded, or in terms of their profile, the offensive players, and their forte is playing through the wings. Abdul Fattah El-Shahaku, Kamaruddin Sulemana, even for Muhammad Kudus to an extent, operated as a wing attacker until a conversion to a central attacking midfielder and then a second striker, and in some instances where he's played as a center forward. So we are producing more of wing attackers, and I think we need to have a conversation about this, where we need to look at the production line, the kind of players that we are churning out, and can we go back, look at what we need to do to bring back balance in terms of a production line, so that we are not overly concentrated on churning out wing attackers, but there will be a fine balance in midfielders, defenders, so that we will be able to produce a more balanced squad or a more balanced playing unit. And you look through this list, most of these players are players who were not, let's say, quote unquote, directly nurtured and then run through a certain typical Ghanaian football structure. They are players who are products of right to dream, Abdul Fattah Ishaku came through Tamale, and then eventually he had to go through Dreams FC for a period. But his development was done by a private person. So this feeds into the argument that as a state, as a country, we need to really take serious that whole concept of the National Football Academy. Now, when we have this, then we have the Winneba Sports College. We empower the experts to come up with trainers who can develop players in various fields. So, for instance, we have goalkeepers, developers, those who will develop defenders, those who will develop midfielders, and those who will develop attackers. When there is a national project like this, concentration is not given to just making sure you have the best that you can. So you produce wing attackers, export them, and make your money. But there's also the national agenda to produce whole-scale players in almost every department who will serve the purpose of playing for this country at a point in time, contributing to the local football scene in terms of the local leagues, or those who are ready to be exported are still exported and they have quality. But what this guarantees is that there will be balance on every scale: goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, attackers. Unless there is that national approach or nationalistic approach to solving some of these issues, then we leave the national team at the mercy of what other private academies or football clubs will produce. They are more focused on making their money. And so, in as much as they are development oriented, the commercial incentive drives them more than producing for the nation. But when it's a national project and we have national academies, let's say set up in two sectors, the northern sector, the southern sector, then we can produce players whole scale for the national teams, and then we can cure this anomaly, the anomaly of having too many wing attackers dominating the scene as it stands now. I heard Kelvin mention Atakumi and then Emmanuel Ano. Trust me, these are players who are cut in the mold, or their profile are the same wing attackers. So they are not profiles that we lack. When you bring them in, they are coming in with the same profiles as to the ones that we have. So I think there is a bigger issue that needs addressing. We should embrace the idea of solving some of our football issues from the nationalistic point of view. And one way is in the state investing in the National Football Academy, and also investing into upgrading the status of the Winneba Sports College, taking it to the level where we can produce quality coaches, specialist coaches. Quality coaches is general. Specialist coaches will be restricted to respective positions. Then we can embrace this idea of running national academies where we can produce players on a whole scale and players who can fit various profiles and serve us as we need. Other than that, I think this anomaly will not be cured, and then we'll basically have deficiencies in our respective national teams. And it is not just the Black Stars problem. You can run through the various national teams, under 20, U23, U17, you will find out that there is one particular department that is overloaded, and then there are deficiencies in other departments. And then even in the attacking unit, you find a lot of wing attackers than proper center forwards. And that is something that we need addressing as a nation.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Michael, I'm glad I think those are also, very, very good points you've raised there. The wing attackers, yes, I don't have a problem, because that is all what we have recently. Even Semenyo, who is scoring, he's a wing attacker, and then, getting in the goals. But when we have wing attackers we've tried over the years who are not performing, who are not giving us, anything, and they tend to disrespect, and they don't even know the colors they are representing or the badge they are representing. For those people, why don't we put players who are given something extra even for their club side? And my point is that if we have Kamaldeen consistently being given an opportunity to prove himself, and the likes of Atakumi, Emmanuel Ano, and the likes are playing on the local scene and they are performing, and we don't give them light, it is the reason why consistently they would want to move out and go and play elsewhere. Look at Yawano. Now, the Togolese national team, he's playing consistently. Why? Because there they would recognize his efforts. But here on the local scene, we give Kamaldeen, who barely has any assists and goals greater than what we have in the Ghana Premier League, an opportunity to be on the bench. And it's not like he's going to start. We know when Nyama gets fit, when Kudus gets fit,
of course, they all start.
They all start, and he becomes like 14th choice on the list. So I think that we should give these players opportunities. Someone like Razak Simpson, someone is playing at Paphos. Fine, he played in the Champions League or European competition with David Luiz and the like. But I'm not sure at 30, Lucasen will give us something more than what Razak Simpson, who has been with this team, he's trained with them, he's played competitive games, and we are aware. Wasn't it the friendlies that, Nathan, was it the friendly you went in UK?
Yeah,
England, when he scored, right?
Razak Simpson.
Oh, yes.
Yes. It was in the
So he has been part and parcel of this team. Why then do we alter it? Bring in, why? What changed? After all these players have been part of your philosophy, you get in there and you change it. There is a reason why certain players, N'Golo Kante, Jordan Henderson, are still part of the England team. And I say it again, if Kyle Walker wants to be part of the England team, or he wants to play, I'm sure Thomas Tuchel will be thinking, I need experience as backup to Reece James, who gets injured consistently, because they don't have quality in depth like that. Those are my concerns. What has happened to Kamaldeen Mahmoudou? That all of a sudden he's not good again as a backup, and Senaya, just out of the blue from Auxerre, who are struggling in the league, has an opportunity to come and play. What happens to these players who play on the local scene, perform well, now is playing in Africa, and the Champions League, and cannot have an opportunity to be part of this team, maybe as a backup? Why is it not so? Why are we struggling to give them that opportunity? We should make sure that our league, we uplift the value. Did anybody think that Shela Ilyasu was going to step into the shoes of Sami Kufo in 2006 and give us that performance? Did anyone think Habib was going to step into Adekoye Papo's shoes that time from Ken Faisal and give us that sort of performance? Did anybody think that? No. In 2005, when we were playing the qualifiers, did anybody think William Thiero in that capacity, when Mike Lassian would just put bandage around his shoulder, sit at the Baba Yara Stadium and say that he has a shoulder injury, and was picking and choosing games he wanted to play? Against DR Congo, Thiero played. Asian traveled to South Africa to go and play that game. Why? We gave them an opportunity because we know it's the skill set. Nobody can tell me what Ano is doing on the local scene, what Atakumi is doing on the local scene. They cannot play like what Kamaldeen gives us when he plays for the national team. And that is why I want us, if those slots are available, I'm not sure Kamaldeen will set into Otto Addo and then Otto Addo's team and become number one. He's a dispensable player. So once he's dispensable, let's give other players an opportunity to prove their worth. And that is what I'm saying. We are bringing new faces to the team. Fine, they may be playing well enough. But you can't tell me that Razak Simpson, Kamaldeen Mahmoudou, all of a sudden, they are terrible. If Kamaldeen is going, what has happened to Kelvin Nkrumah? Ontimi Mwana. If 16-year-old Max Dorman, Bukayo Saka, at what age did he start playing for England? At a very young age.
Yeah.
Miles Lewis Kelly, when he played for Arsenal last season and performed, he got called. Thank you. So why are we not giving our players that opportunity? We understand there are core players in there. There are players you want to keep. But there are other players you cannot just rub off and because it is easy to strike their names out. No more chomudim. Oh, go off. You go off. You go off. Afena bro for neighbor. Fifer no better. What the best we'll come back and see it. Lucasen more. We there here. We there here.
8:39. Michael, do you have anything to say before we take some calls and talk about Champions League football?
Yes, I agree. Atakumi has been consistent in his last 4 games for BBN Gold Stars. He scored 3 goals. You also have to give it to Emmanuel Arnaud. Recently, we were discussing his goals. But you see, I was one of the strong advocates for local players to be considered or even be given a quota in the Black Stars. I stopped that argument when I came to understand the mindset of a lot of these local-based footballers, and again, I don't think they are up to that standard yet. You need to merit it. You need to deserve it. For someone like Lord Amwan, but for his injury, I could have boldly told you that he would have made this Black Star squad. He had been consistent, and he had proven that he had that hunger. There were private conversations where he was giving assurances that if he sustained his performance or even improved, definitely he was one that was on the radar of a technical team. He's a player that does well. But a lot of these local boys...
This is Sporty FM, the voice of
I don't want to
sports.
use the word they are not serious, but it looks like their orientation is very different from the professionals from other leagues or other countries. The orientation of a lot of these boys here is very much different. So yes, in terms of what they offer their respective clubs, Atakumi in the Gold Stars environment will thrive. You take him out, he starts to feel so uncomfortable. And the best local example to give in this contest is when players do so well at their respective clubs, and then Hasopok or Kotoko come for them, check how they play in such an environment, and then elevate it to the Black Stars and see how they will fare. So
Sporty FM.
I don't blame the technical handlers when they decide to not really offer them a lot of opportunities.
But
From the start, Otto Addo is one person that showed or demonstrated that he was willing to offer enough opportunities to local-based footballers.
yeah, but
Emmanuel Laban, Kamadin Suleimana, Kamadin Mamadou,
Simpson. Razak Simpson.
Razak Simpson. He scored a lot of local players. But then again, how well did they fare in the grand scheme of things?
Razak Simpson did not do bad. We saw Jerome Opoku in his opening days for the Black Stars. He was terrible. He was shaky. But consistently, we've given him an opportunity. Now, you made that.
Jerome Opoku has overcome that struggle.
Very good. After how many games, Michael?
And he has been very consistent at club level.
Simpson has been.
No,
It's the entire nations team that is terrible.
Exactly. So I think if he had been a standout,
Then Sanaya and Elisha Owusu shouldn't be part of this team because their teams are struggling. The relegation threatened teams. Auxerre, Leicester City, and all those players, they shouldn't be called. Michael, you see how Benjamin Asari managed to become Ghana's number one. During that training session, it was Wilfred Schaefer consistently. He was around him, giving him talks, lectures. Why? Because they had to prep him. Nobody can tell me there is no psychologist for the Black Stars. If there's no psychologist, they should get a psychologist quickly and put that psychologist in there to work on the mindsets of these players. Quality is quality. Nobody can tell me, Kamaldeen, what has been his mindset with this Black Stars? That Atakumi and Emmanuel are short of. That is my concern. Nobody can tell me a player like Ano, if you give him a psychologist, if you give him that strength that, gentleman, I know you can do it and you can play well, you will do it. When Christopher Nete was at top for Asante Kotoko, when he was given an opportunity, we saw him at the Cape Coast Stadium. Didn't he deliver? He delivered. Everyone was happy, even with one game. Opoku failed in his first couple of games, but we gave him an opportunity to correct his flaws. So we can give these players opportunities to correct their flaws. Nobody can tell me Razak Simpson has been bad. When our players got injured and Simpson had to step in, he delivered. So why all of a sudden he is off? Mentally, he's broken off. This is the time we need to give him that opportunity and tell him that, Razak, we know that your team is struggling. It's the reason why it's also affected you. But we trust your capability. Talent and skill set never fade. So you tell me because N'Golo Kante's team is struggling, Tikante was a French national team. It's Antoine Griezmann who has decided to quit. Nobody can tell me.
For political reasons.
Exactly.
Let's add
for
that.
political reasons. Griezmann in all these years has struggled. But what happens when they get to the national team? Is Jordan Henderson playing his best football in the last year?
No.
But why? England, he's consistently what? Called and in there. Why?
Again for Razak Simpson. Would he make your top 5 performing defenders in the GPL this season?
Yes.
Okay, he will not make mine.
Why? Which players will make yours?
Oh, Augustin Boache of Gianna Emmanuel.
Alex Boache, you mean?
Ruben Hennessy. Alex Boache.
Alex,
sorry.
yeah.
Ruben Hennessy,
SCB.
Emmanuel Laban. You go to this former Asante Kotoko defender at Mediama. You see if Mubarak, he's doing a solid job. You could have mentioned them. You see?
No, Michael, even with Mubarak, you go to the Mediama team and there's his partner plays better.
So you get them. So Razak Simpson.
So all those players could be given opportunity instead of the Fifers and all that we are claiming for. Hey, come on.
If we follow the local trend analysis is that players do so well in the local league, but when they are elevated to the next standard, they are found wanted. Another example I'll give you is
Michael, my
boy.
Ano
is my boy.
Yeah.
True and true. I am like this with Ano. Good. We have not spoken this morning, but almost every day we speak.
Mm-hmm.
When Ano was part of the Black Stars team, classified as Team B, that went to play South Africa.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I hope you get it. There is a certain gap that we need to narrow. The level of playing here, the coaching standards, and almost everything that happens in the local league is not there yet. Let's work on it. As I told you, I was one of the strong advocates for giving a quota to local-based players. I dropped that argument when I came to really understand how the picture is.
Michael, when Simpson played against Nigeria, didn't he deliver?
No, it was one of his poor performances. And then he was given an opportunity in the next game against Trinidad.
He played against TNT.
Mm-hmm.
You get it. So opportunities have been given.
Very well. And it's not short of. Even I think one of our qualifiers, he did play.
He played against Angola.
Exactly.
The point I want to make is, if he had maintained his level at club and then been consistent, he would have still been part of the team. But there has been a drop in his performance.
Nakama didn't a drop in the performance. You see, Michael.
Two different positions.
Two different positions, but it's the same idea, same philosophy. But why are you giving? Hey, August, there's this guy, Augustin Boache, former Wafa boy.
Yeah.
And Lawrence Ajikum and the likes. Nobody can tell me they are not performing better than Kamaldeen. But why is Kamaldeen playing and those boys are not getting opportunities? And that is why I'm saying that if you are being fair, you are staying on those principles, it must cut across.
I mean, fair point. But Michael, you talk about the levels and all, but in listening to all these arguments, I don't know, sometimes I get the feeling that it's almost, I don't know how to put my words, but when we bring some of the guys from the Ghana Premier League, okay, they don't perform, and we move on. It's almost like are we like neglecting them to their fate? What are we doing to bridge the gap? Because I think it should make a lot of sense that when a country puts together its national team, you should have some players from the local league, right? I mean, I don't mind if you bring players who play outside your shores, especially if your league is not the greatest. But there's also something we must do in terms of lifting these players, because we can't say that, oh, we gave him 1 match, 2 matches, he didn't perform, so we discard him, we forget about him, and we move on to the next thing. You get the point I'm making? I mean, I think that as a country, we have to really figure out what we can do to uplift the levels or uplift the players at least. Because if we bring them into the national team environment,
Sporty FM,
we must have seen something to have invited them in the first place. Maybe the environment can be a little tough. Mm-hmm. It can be a little daunting. Mm-hmm. Agreed. If you play Razak Simpson against Nigeria, obviously he's going to have a tough game. That is fine. Mm-hmm. But then it's almost like after players have bad games, we are quick to kick them aside and move on to the next and to the next.
Especially if they are local.
Why don't we find a way of moving them up a level? If it is the psychology, we must work on to ensure that they feel comfortable to play. Because we've seen players from the Ghana Premier League feature for the national teams in times past, but these days it's not the same. I agree with you completely on sometimes the levels being different and attitude. I agree 100%. I've seen so many players show up at national team camp and their attitude is terrible. But there are a few ones who show up, they have the right attitude. Maybe the levels may be low. I think those are players Otto Addo and the technical team can specifically pick and say, you know what? You are good. We can turn you into the finished product. We will work on you to be better than you are. But I don't know if we are not doing it or we are not doing it enough. I don't know what you think.
No, I know that is being done. Because for someone like Razak Simpson, I don't think he's been completely erased from Otto Addo's roster. There is that list. He keeps tabs with some of these players. Even if it's not him, there are some members of the national team who are able to establish contact with some of these players and then offer them words of encouragement. I know that for a fact. And that explains the Lodamwa bit I mentioned earlier, that there is constant communication. Even for Lodamwa, it's not been offered a call up before, but there is that constant communication when need be. And I know that happens. Again, how do we break that down? I think there should be a more scientific and technical approach to how football is played here. I would personally like a forum, a seminar, excuse me, something sort of where at the end of every league season, coaches assemble, discuss tactics. As it stands now, we don't even know the prevailing formation in the Ghana Premier League. We don't know the prevailing tactics in the Ghana Premier League. Every coach that has won the league has not been offered an opportunity to a platform to come and tell us why he did certain things. And oftentimes when this conversation is had, the best reference or the easiest reference one can make is the GFA. But we have the Ghana Coaches Association. The only time you hear from them is when they disagree with something that a certain body has done, and then they want to take a certain political stance. But they should be at the forefront of championing initiatives that exposes the intellect of some of these coaches, because it's become commonplace that
the voice of sport.
Your coaches they can't even express themselves. What has the Ghana Coaches Association done about it? What have they done to change the narrative? What are they doing to make sure that they expose the other side of their coaches to the football public in Ghana and even to those outside? What papers are they putting together to ensure that, okay, so for the last 5-10 years, this is the most used or the frequently used formation in Ghana. This is the tactics that is prevailing in Ghana. This is how Ghanaian coaches are doing their stuff. Nothing. They go quiet. And the easiest way, GFN was GFN was we have bodies representing some of these institutions, some of these agencies. What are they doing? So I think, yes, there is a gap. Why our players are not performing partly has to do with these players themselves and then their attitude. Another factor will be their development. What they were taught at a very basic age during the elementary stages of their careers, a lot of them were wrong. And now that they have grown to that level, they can't unlearn what they learned and learn new things. So you will just have to cope with it. And then the other side is that the level of coaching is not top notch. If you have 100 coaches in Ghana, I dare say maybe 10% of them are up there. The rest of the 90 still have a lot to learn and a lot to do. So there are issues with our local game. We must embrace this fact. Our game is not there yet. In those times where we could actually count on local players to do a job, it was because the standard was up there and they could easily slot in and you will not see a difference. Kelvin made examples. Sila Eliasu, Habib Mohammed, why they easily slotted into the 2006 World Cup squad was because there was not that wide a quality gap. Now the quality gap is wide, it's huge. Again, why we could trust that even at a point in time where there was much turbulence in the national team setting, and as such we needed to raise a team, we trusted that a certain local national team, local football club could produce a chunk of these players to represent the national team, go play a football match, and they did not disgrace us. But can we say same for now? Can we be that confident, especially when it is that even our local national football teams has been failing to qualify for the champ? They have been failing at qualifiers. We select the best of the local breed of footballers. They go out there and they are not able to represent.
Michael, that one is coaching. The coach did not select the best.
So again, it fits into the factors I raised.
So Michael, isn't this the duty of why is the technical directors of the FA failing to do this? When you go for international tournaments, the technical study document that is brought out, who takes charge of it? Is it the coaches who go and sit there after, or is the mother association, that is whether CAF, FIFA, who make sure that they invite the coaches for this technical study and brain idea sharing, so that they produce the document?
Yeah.
It's the technical directorate. So if the coaches body is not doing it, what is the FA doing? What is the technical directorate of the Football Association doing? What is the head of director of coaching education doing? You cannot tell me that coaches are struggling to produce the document. In 2006, there was no. Tell me the coach who was producing the document of Habib or Sheila Iliasu. Who was producing it for Doya? Emmanuel Ajimanbedu, straight from the local scene, went to play where? Under 20. Directly into the Black Stars. Right? Where was which coach? Yes, which coach was giving that document? Otto cannot tell me he cannot see the skill set of a player and the quality that he has, and then he especially for players he has scored consistently, like Kamara Dini and then Razak that I am talking about. I'm not sure Razak has not been called because of footballing reasons. I'm not sure. Maybe there are other reasons, but I'm not sure it's footballing reasons. Because if it's just footballing reasons, then I won't understand. But I think that the technical directorate, if the mother body does not take charge, it will be difficult. Some of the coaches are trying their best. Ask yourself, it's been close to 9 years. FNIA license A. How do you blame the coach who is struggling? The likes of Laye Muno Muoskano, they will try.
Yeah, they'll go to Europe or other
Exactly.
places to go and do
Exactly.
the course.
They'll go there to go and do it. But Omuntimia, Omubetana, and it will become difficult for us to get these people at the very top. Said they they won't be there.
Yeah. I mean, guys, let's wrap up the conversation on this. Michael, let me come back to you as we wrap up on this. With these two friendlies, what should be the biggest thing the technical team should chase or seek to achieve with these two friendlies that we are going to play?
I think we are a bit caught behind in terms of our preparation. For teams that qualify for the World Cup from Africa and also played at the AFCON, they are like 5 steps ahead of us. So what we need to do is gradual progress. What we didn't do right at the Caribbean Cup, we make sure that we try to rectify them during these 2 friendly games against Austria and then Germany. We use that period to right the wrongs, and also I don't think there will be enough time to try so many new things. So just stick to correcting some of the issues in the team, and I think that will be crucial for us. I've mentioned earlier, I don't think Benjamin Asari needs to justify anything, but I also think it is a tryout for all the goalkeepers. For someone like Atizigi, for Joseph Annan, and even Asari himself, they will need some minutes just to help their confidence and build them up towards the World Cup. And then again, for the defensive positions, new faces like Marvin Senaya, if Ali Lisadi is not there, can he get an opportunity to try himself and see how he will fit in the grand scheme of things? The interview with Derek Kohn is actually someone I would love to play consistently to see what he can actually offer. There were glimpses of him, but I don't think we saw the best of him. So he would need extra minutes to try and warm up into the setup. Again, try out what happens to the defensive structure, especially when it is established that someone like Mo Salisu will not be available. The defensive contribution, the defensive partnerships, who is going to be paired with who? Shiku and who else? Jerome Opoku, Patrick Fifer, what role does he play? Derek Lucasen, what role do they play? Then the defensive shape as well. So we need to look at all these things. I think it plays a part. Again, for someone like Prince Edu Kobna, he is someone who
This
plays
is
very well
Sporty
in the Premier
FM,
Cup.
the voice of
Continuity. How will he play much of a role going forward? What we saw was just a glimpse. Can we have a more deeper look? Something that goes beyond just 2 games. So he will need extra minutes against Germany and Austria. Then we can get to know what happens. So it's just correcting some of the issues that were wrong with our game in the 2 games against Japan and South Korea. And then seeing that if we've made progress since then, I think that is the only thing. But I must admit, we are a bit behind in terms of those who qualify for the World Cup from Africa and where we are. We are like 5 steps behind, and we need to catch up.
Okay. Kelvin, same question to you. What should the technical team seek to achieve with these 2 friendlies?
Well, I think that they by this time they should get to know that yes, they have a core of the team and the players that they're expecting, and the kind of philosophy or idea that works with the materials they have. You know, going to every World Cup or every major competition, you get to know that these are the materials I have, and in the absence of this, I should be able to play this way. So going in here, they should get to know that yes, we should have game plans, different game plans that we are thinking of could work for us, depending on the materials that we have. It's like maybe France playing, England playing without Harry Kane. They should find a means where they will play to suit Oli Watkins, because he's not a player who will drop deep and come and play like. So that means you need to feed him with a lot more of the ball. So now we are thinking our ball carriers are unavailable to help them as party. So provided Kudus and Enes Nyama, who are our biggest ball carriers, are unavailable for the World Cup or for major tournaments or the major games that will be coming up, how do we set up the team? I'm not sure. By this time, Otto should find a very suitable role for Caleb, just as Michael was mentioning when we're discussing it. I don't think we should be chopping and changing him. Fine. In difficult times, if we think that we should get him in, a makeshift role, fine. But for now, he should have a very, very defined role. So they should get defined roles for these players, and the backers for the, roles or the positions that we will be missing. And hopefully they get to try. We don't want chopping and changing, and then by the time the World Cup comes, these players that he's called will be changing almost, a number of them to accommodate others. We know that certain players are going to come in. If Nyama gets fit, he's going to get in there. Kudus obviously is going to get in there. A number of players who are going to get back into the squad. So let's just wait and hope and see what happens. But Michael, Lucasen and Joseph Addo, what has Joseph Addo done?
Joseph Addo, is he not just recovering from an ACL? But this is on more. He's had he's not had a lot of games, right? The last time I checked, it was about 5 or 6.
6 games.
6, I think.
Okay, Pafos for never bonus. Pafos for never bonus. So I just hope Otto Addo and the likes will not disappoint. They will just get to know the try and error.
So the 2 games should be what now? Building chemistry, settling on
exactly.
A style.
Yes.
Should we concern ourselves with the result?
No. I don't think it's not about the result. It's about the idea, the performance, what the team will look like. Be much convincing that, this is the style. This style is convincing, and we know that in the next 2 or 3 games, when we have most of the regulars or our players being fully fit, we are going to get a good team that can compete at top level. Okay. Yeah, Michael, Joseph
No,
Edu.
Baba, even if we are, Joseph Edu has not. He's been on the bench in their last 3 games, including the Europa League.
Okay.
The last time he played was on the 1st of March against Girona. But I wanted to say, realistically, we can't beat Austria and Germany, Nathan. Even when we were at the top of our game, we didn't beat Germany. We can't beat them. And then Austria, they are playing some of the best football. They are hosting us. We can't beat them.
We can beat them.
If you want to focus on the result, I don't know what you're focusing on.
Michael, we can beat them. We need to go into. We need to go in. We need to go in as a nation that is going to play England at the World Cup, and make sure that Austria we brush them aside. If Germany like this, we can get a draw. This no.
I like using numbers to make some of these justifications.
Yes, give me the numbers.
This is the Black Stars team that has won just one group stage game in their last 3 or 4 tournaments they participated in.
And that is why we trust Otto Addo. The FA trust Otto Addo. So he should give us a reason why we should trust him going to the World Cup.
It is a poco.
Wachado do poco a poco on why coach for close to 2 years. Poco a poco, baby.
Otto Addo should go and beat Germany and Austria. I don't think you are being realistic.
We are not being realistic. Because you drew with Germany and you people said all sorts of things.
You see, we had a solid team then.
So that time the players were becoming old men.
This is the Sporty Breakfast, 6 minutes after 9. You can send in your thoughts. All right, this is still the Sporty Breakfast. You know what? Let's open the phone lines. I'd like to hear what listeners make of the Black Star squad that has been put together for the 2 friendlies. So you can give me a call, 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. You've heard the squad that Otto Addo has put together for the friendlies. Let me know what you think, right? Let me know what you think. Let me know what your own expectations are in terms of the 2 friendlies that we are going to play against Austria and Germany at the end of the month, the 27th and the 30th of March. Yes, hello? Oh, I thought... Hello?
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, this is Ali from Spinters.
All right, please go ahead.
Sporty FM.
Oh yeah. This morning, I just want to congratulate Kevin this morning. He has done a yeoman's job this morning. I wish I could see him today at the ANC mall so I can give him 2 bottles of beer at least.
Yeah,
he's a good guy.
Calvin will be there.
This evening. Okay, then I will definitely identify myself when I get there. Because this morning I don't understand, Michael. Let me tell you, when it comes to giving people chance at the Blasters, if it were to be today, like Asmaja will never become a Blasters legend. We saw him when he started in 2004. We've been following these Blasters for some time now, Nathan. Asmaja was a rookie by then. Americans call it rookie. When he started, he was fluffing his lines. Asmaja wasn't delivering, but we believed in him. We kept on giving him chances. So you can't tell me that because 1 or 2 local players, they give them chances, 1 match or 2 matches, and they've not delivered. So we should write them aside. Then what's the essence of the league that we are playing here? Then we should stop playing the Ghana Premier League. We cannot get one proper defender, 1 proper midfielder, 1 proper striker. These 3 departments to take to the World Cup with Benjamin Asare. Because if you can tell me that the goalkeeper, we have one of the final goalkeepers in the league. Who are the people testing the goalkeeper? Is it not the local players? Or Nathan, I'm not making sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, who are those testing the Benjamin Asare? Benjamin Asare doesn't play in the Egyptian Premier League, or he doesn't play in the South African PSL.
Yeah.
He plays in the Ghana Premier League, and he's being tested by these same local players. You can't come out in Suleiman. What has that guy done? That always they call him the blaster. We saw that guy surrounding. He took his team to relegation. He did not play it. He will take the ball, check it. We call him check it. Busy for nothing player. He doesn't play any productive football. If you're somebody who is an ardent follower of football, Kamaldeen Suleiman doesn't play productive football. His type of football is like Dean Nelson, those times Dean Nelson in Brazil. After Brazil is leading 3-4, they'll bring him to come and do the check, then they'll end. See him the other day, Atlanta versus Bayern Munich. He was just on the ball, doing the check. At the end of the day, those still doesn't bring results. And that guy always, they call him to the Blasters. So why can't you call the local guys to the Blasters so that the monetary benefit that the player will gain, the club will also gain it? We are our own enemies. If you can't tell me that if you tell me that you can't get any proper player from the Blaster, like us in outfield, the goalkeeper is the outfield player. You can't get any proper 1 or 2 players from the local league to take to the work. We are not saying they should go and start. They can go and sit on the bench and study and see the atmosphere and see the stage and learn from there and bring it down here. Yes. So Kevin, this morning, I like what Kevin has done so much, because there are so many guys that we have bought from overseas that will not come and do anything in these Blasters. They are just here for the fanfare, the World Cup fanfare. They will not come and add anything to the team. But take these local guys to the World Cup, or take them to these 2 friendly matches, Germany and Austria, so that they can go and learn. They can go and see the stage. Some of them, I'm sure some of them, they've not even traveled outside Ghana before. Yes, because you go to other countries, they give their players, the local guys, they give them chances. The Egyptian league that we are saying, the Egyptian players who took them to the semi-final, apart from Salah and Mahmoud, the other guys, they were all local guys. Even though they don't want the trophy, you see that here, the stage gave them an opportunity. Somewhere like Zizou. In the next 2-3 years, that guy can become a world beater, or one of the best players on the African continent. That's Zizou from Egypt. I've forgotten his name. There are so many guys who have the talent. See the South African national team. But Ghana, when it comes to Ghana, every day, the local league is poor. We don't do this. Who are those who are supposed to develop the local league? Is it not the authorities? I'm a player. I know how to play football. It's your job to give me better pitches, better training facilities, so that my talent can be developed. It's not my fault that I have the talent. You don't have the facility for me. I can't go and build my own pitch. I can't go and build my own gym and all that. You are the one who's supposed to give the facilities to improve my skill set. When you go to the other place, that's what they do. The English players don't go and build their own pitches. They don't go and build their own facilities to develop themselves. It's the state. It's the FA who does this for them. So when we see them on TV, then we are happy. But our own, the money will come. People sit on the money. They will use the money for different things. That don't we are playing the boys. That the local guys are not good. They are average. They are poor. No. We are not. We intentionally don't want to develop the guys. We want to suppress them all the time, so that when the call-up comes, they say, the local team is not good. Nobody can commit that I'm not guy who plays for the nation is not a good player. See some of the goals they score in the local league later, and compare it to this Kamal Suleiman and Co. Kamal Suleiman, that guy in the local plans, we call it in local.
Ellis, it's fine. You know what? Let me bring other callers. All right, thank you so much. 054-257-1061, 054-257-1061. What do you make of the Black Stars call out? Otto Addo has named 26 players for the 2 friendlies against Austria and Germany at the end of the month. Please, when you can, make your comment sharp so others can come in. Hello.
Hello, Nathan. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
This is Otto from Sema.
Okay, please go ahead.
Nathan, please, this morning, is Kevin being for real?
Why? What has Kelvin done?
He was talking about local players. Please, Nathan, what is the ranking of our local league in Africa?
What has that got to do with
it? To be frank with you, you know something? Even the keeper you call the number 1 cannot even make it to any African Champions League club or CAF League. Our players are not there. Yes, I can hear you, Nathan.
Yes, that's a question. I want to ask you, why do you think Netherlands continue to call Memphis Depay from where he's playing football?
Memphis Depay is already established.
Very good. But where is he playing now?
He's playing in the top league, so not
yes,
Ghana Premier League.
Very good. But why do you think Ancelotti wasn't calling Endrick, who was playing for Real Madrid in the La Liga? Why? If you are talking about the quality of leagues and players, but he was calling players from the Brazilian league and dropping Endrick. Why?
Endrick was having issues.
Why? What issues? So it tells you that it is not about the level of the league. It's about the quality of the player and how consistent the player can be and the capability of the player. So don't wait. No.
Any good player.
If it's poor, then talk about the players the players who are also sitting on the benches in leagues like Pafos, where Pafos is, or players who are 30.
Than all the Premier League in Ghana.
Why do you think so? Why do you think so?
All the teams in Ghana.
Why do you think so?
Ghana, no.
Okay, Atu, hold on. Okay, Atu, so
you don't rubbish a player because of the league. You rubbish a player because of the lack of quality. You cannot tell me. No. Wait. We were here, and then Algeria went to Baghdad, Buneja, the Gulf. Al-Sad. At that time, the league wasn't as strong as, and he came to win the AFCON for them, didn't he? We were here, and Nigeria used Sunday Mba to win the AFCON when they had the likes of Mikel Obi and others playing. It was Sunday Mba who virtually won the tournament for them, wasn't it?
Yes, it did.
Did you?
Can you compare your
No. But you're telling me. Wait. You're telling me about the quality of the league. Was the Nigerian league better than the leagues in Europe? Nigeria had better players or players who were playing in those leagues you consider better. I am asking you. I am asking you. Oh, you see where you are going. You see where you are going to. You see where you are going to. So you don't come and make these justifications because you think that yes, the league is better. If the league is better, then we should drop Benjamin Asari and all of them and go and pick players who are playing in just England and Spain and leave the rest out.
It is because
No. Do you agree that if you think England, Spain, Germany, and then Italian leagues are at best, we should pick all the players from those leagues and drop all the players from the other parts of the world?
This is
that is what I think.
All right, thank you.
All right, Atu, thank you so much. So the callers they are so predictable.
I just wanted to get his mentality, so now we know.
So the point. As for that particular caller, every time he's called, everything that comes from the Ghana Premier League is nonsense. It doesn't make any sense. Hello.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Yes. Good morning.
How are you?
Yes, we are fine. Please.
Yes, I'm really enjoying your program. As usual. Yes, we're all learning. You understand?
Yeah.
I hope you're with me. So please, sometimes give the people too some chance to express their views.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, it's two sides. They make their point. We make our point.
Because you know what? I was at the Kumasi Sports Stadium 1970. I was there to watch the match between Kotoko and Gribet. It is now called TP Mazembe.
Yeah.
If you want me to give you the lineup, I can give it because I was right there.
No problem. You make your point. We don't have enough time for the lineup, but you make your point.
We don't have enough time. So what I'm trying to say is that Ghana football did not start today. And where we are today is a shame. Look at, can you compare Kotoko to Engribet now? Engribet, they have their own stadium. They have their own private jets. Mm-hmm. Look at the development where they have reached and compare it with Kotoko. Kotoko doesn't even have a pitch of their own. Now let us take a look at Ghana Premier League. Mm-hmm. Compare it with any other league. Look at our pitches. There was a time they were playing football match at Liberty Professionals. Snakes appeared. Snakes came out of the pit. After it, do you remember?
Yeah, I remember.
So I mean, all this, the one we call local players, they are there because they have no other place to go. Let them get even a club in hell. They will go there and leave Ghana Premier League. So we can't say we have local players because all of them are on transit. I hope you agree with me. If we want to build a Premier League, let us build it. Let us make a law that until you play for 10 years, you are not ready to leave to any club. Then we can call it a Premier League. We can call it a local league. We develop it. But there's no law. All those players, even all those teams of today, everybody is running because they want to sell players. With me. So talking of local league, who are the players we are calling local league today, local players today? There's no local players because all of them are looking for opportunity anyway. So how can we rely on players like that? We better pick those outside. Those we can have confidence. Those we can monitor because the one here we can monitor. I hope you agree with me.
No, I disagree with you, but you make your point.
So what I'm trying to say is that all of us are Ghanaians. We all love to have a wonderful look at it. Those days, I mean, when we started watching football, Kumasi, Asante Kotoko, Accra, these cornerstones, you know, Dumas boss of GTP, you know, all those with SS74, they were former Supreme Stars, SS74. It was wonderful. That time, Africa, Kotoko was the largest club. From Kotoko, they go to LI of Egypt. There you go to other club, Hafia Club of Guinea. You know, all those Papa Kamala, all those days. Ghana was on top. But today, look at ST. I think our league is the poorest in the whole world. So, I mean, to me, I don't believe that. I think I will thank God for Benjamin Sarri. He's doing very well. I hope he will improve, and I thank God for his life. And that is that. He too, when he gets any club, he will leave. So that is that. Thank you so much, my brother.
All right. Thank you so much. Time check is 9:20. Let's take a couple of calls, then we can do some Champions League action. There are some very interesting games that will be played tonight. We'll take 2 more calls, and then we proceed with the rest of the show. Hello?
Yeah, good morning, Nathan.
Yes, good morning.
Kudos to Michael this morning.
Yeah.
This morning, he's our man. You see, I don't think any of you should continue defending the GPL again. Why am I saying so? The whole FA itself, whenever they hear publicity or they hear the media people talking negative about the league, they come to lambast them, telling us that we are talking negativity about the league. See, you are going to a World Cup, and you want to tell the whole Ghanaian that you cannot kick one defender, one midfielder, one striker, in addition to about 26-man squad of your World Cup team. Then what are you telling us about your own league? The flagship of your product. Oh, this is the best product ever you have. Black Star doesn't belong to you. You are just managing it. This league is your product. And yes, when we say the league is poor, you say, hey, we shouldn't talk about it. You are disgracing the nation with this attitude. You are telling the whole world that we don't even play league in Ghana because you can't even send one player to go and sit on the bench, even sit on the bench. What does it mean? And you want us to continue to go to stadium and watch the league? You want us to talk positive about the league? When you that is managing the league, you don't even want to give one, even a single player that exposure to the world. What are you telling us? Are they telling us if we have to critical and his people, together with the Black Star Management Committee, together with the big stuff that they did recently, they want to tell us that from the Division 1 to Premier League, all these things, they can't get one defender, one midfielder, one striker to back up the foreigners. What are they saying? And we want us to come back and defend the league, that the league is good. We can't do that. Michael was saying this thing, that instead of leaving these players and bringing this free players that you are calling into the team, you can use this local players, give them the exposure. Some of them are far better than these boys they have called. If the team is not good, it doesn't mean the player himself is not good. That is why we can single out a player when it comes to a poor team performance. There are always a player that will be singled out. Because these players are good, and we have them here. We have tried it before. We send them to the World Cup, and when something happens, they came in, and that's it. Why? Why are we doing this to ourselves? At least, if for nothing at all, bring them in, let them also benefit. Let the teams that they are struggling to get money here benefit from the financial benefits a little. Why? What is wrong with us? We are all our own enemies. These boys, what are they doing that the players in the Premier League, they can't do? Just, as I was saying, just 3 of them, one defender, one midfielder, one striker. You let them go and sit on the bench. And you want to tell us the league is good. When we say it, you want to fire up. My goodness.
All right. Honorable. Thank you for your call. All right, let me take my final caller for the morning, and then we can talk about the Champions League. Hello.
Hello, Nathan.
Yep.
My name is Osben.
All right, Osben, please go ahead.
I have a few issues.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so have the local players
justify why it should be included in the Black Stars.
What kind of justification should they make?
Okay. We called up Kelvin Nkrumah. We called up Prince Upuku. The Prince, the Mediama player.
Prince Owusu.
What was their performance after they went for the Black Star call-up in their clubs? Where is Prince Owusu?
Mm-hmm.
Where is Kelvin Nkrumah? So the players themselves are not making case for their colleagues in the league, because they go and get $5,000 winning bonus, $10,000 winning bonus, and that is it. That is the mentality of our local players. That is why we find our players going to Ethiopia, going to Somalia. We are not aiming higher. We sold Sila Ilyasu from the Premier League to FC Satan in Russia for about $2 million those times. They were aiming higher. Can we say same of the crop of players we have here? I have the view that there should be a quota for the local players in the national team. But are they making the case, apart from Benjamin Asare, who, because of the fan base and his consistency, apart from him, who can we pinpoint that he went to the national team and that he performed? And also, we should look at other players in the league. So we have no option than to call on the Nippies. Where from Lucasen? Why now? Senaya, why now? Why couldn't we call them during the qualifiers? What stopped us from calling them during that period? So please, our local boys, if they want to be included in the national team, they should go the extra mile. We have played about 25, or I don't know the number of the matches we played in the league. And the top scorer in the league cannot even boast of 11 or 12 goals. How? So please, our boys in the league should make a better case for themselves, for them to be included in the national team. Otherwise, we'll fall on these boys. Thank you so much and have a good day.
All right. Thank you so much. 9:27. This is the Sporty Breakfast. Okay, let me take the final caller and then we'll proceed with the rest of the show. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Wilson calling from Kingston.
Okay, please go ahead.
All right. With the Ghana Black Stars, I think with the technical men handling this, I don't expect anything better at this tournament. Even with the athletic show, I mean, we created all this while for new faces in the team, and all the years, 8-year-olds, I mean, we got two players.
This is Sporty FM, the voice of sports.
I mean, not from this land. Don't we have at least players who can bring in the team and, build with the team, and maybe after the World Cup, they can be better for us. This and we see the Lucasen guys. After the World Cup, I don't think they can make the World Cup. It's over for them. So all the points calling them and just handing opportunities to these guys. It's not worth it. And I'll say it again on air. We have the worst competition of the going into the World Cup. I don't expect us to beat Panama. You draw Panama, lose against Croatia, and lose against England as well. I'm done for the day. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. You can send us your comments 054-257-1061. Send me a WhatsApp message. What do you make of the Black Star squad put together for the two friendlies? All right. Let's talk about the UEFA Champions League. And tonight we have a lovely outdoor event for you. Kelvin, where are we going tonight? Where are we going tonight?
We are going to be at ANC Mall. So
tonight we are going to ANC Mall.
ANC Mall is the mall. We are at the ANC Mall. So they call it the Jungle Food Court at the ANC Mall. So that is where we will be this evening, bringing you the UEFA Champions League Jungle Avenue Food Court inside ANC Mall. And we are going to give you 2 good games. Chelsea against PSG. Yes, PSG with a 5-2 aggregate lead. And then Manchester City, Real Madrid. Yes, Real Madrid also with a 3-0 aggregate lead from the first leg. Both games are at 8 p.m. But we'll be giving you updates on the game at the Emirates, where Arsenal also are at home to Bayer Leverkusen. 1-1 aggregate scoreline. But we know that earlier there is going to be a game that will be played at 5:45, where Sporting Club in Portugal against Bodo Glimt. But join us at exactly 7. It's European nights that is being taken to you with, extended joy, lots of fun, and a very good experience for you not to watch the game alone. So come join us at the Jungle Avenue Food Court this evening inside the ANC Mall, and we are going to give you a very wonderful viewing experience of the games between Chelsea and the PSG, as well as Manchester City and Real Madrid.
Thank you very much. So that's where we are going. We are going to the ANC Mall tonight to bring you great Champions League action. What is the state of play? Sporting Club of Portugal take on Bodo Glimt. Bodo Glimt lead 3-0 from the first leg. It's locked at 1-1 between Arsenal and Bayer Leverkusen. Chelsea are 5-2 down from the first leg against PSG, and Manchester City are 3-0 down from that first leg against Real Madrid. Let me bring Michael Asai-Bredu back. Michael, Chelsea have a lot on their hands. They need to overcome that 3-goal deficit. But they have to do it without Reece James, who has picked up an injury. Oh, Lord. Whenever I hear Reece James is injured, I feel so sad. He's one of my favorite players. Is it possible? Can Chelsea get the job done tonight, Michael? Can they go through at the expense of Paris Saint-Germain? Or this could be a bridge too far to cross for Chelsea?
Chelsea can qualify against PSG, but the reality or the chance of that happening is very slim. Slim in the sense that we cannot talk about this game and isolate whatever happened in the first leg. Chelsea gave PSG a run for their money. It was a game that was fought to 10-0 between the two sides. PSG were the team having the advantage. They had the upper hand. They scored first, Chelsea equalized, scored again, Chelsea equalized. And they were then buoyed by the home fans and also helped by Chelsea's own capitulation. If Chelsea display character, if Chelsea are able to minimize the errors that they make, that eventually affects them, I think they stand a chance. I've not seen PSG play with that swagger like they did last season when they were beating some of the best English teams they met in the competition, and they went all the way to the final and won it in style. This PSG is very much vulnerable, and you can't actually tell where they will be hit. And so I think Chelsea stands a chance, but they will need to work extra hard. They will need to display character. They will need to minimize their own errors. And then they definitely stand a chance against Paris Saint-Germain. It looks very difficult on paper. It looks very difficult in reality as well. But I think I want to target as a game where the chance of Chelsea qualifying is like 10%. But if Chelsea believe 90% they can qualify. So 10% chance, 90% fate. But Chelsea still stand a chance. I feel that in all the games that will be played tonight, there is one particular game that will offer us a comeback, a miracle sort of. I feel it has to do. There is Sporting CP Bordeaux, there is Man City, Real Madrid, then there is Chelsea against Paris Saint-Germain.
PSG, yeah.
One of these games will offer us a surprise.
Okay, you believe that somebody will come back from a huge deficit to qualify?
Yeah.
Interesting one. Kelvin, do you also believe that we will have a turnaround story tonight, or for you?
Maybe answer. Maybe anywhere better saying nothing is going to change. And I say this based on what I've seen from the two teams. If I look at the quality that these two games, nothing would change. the 2 games that people are looking for a comeback, and no, nothing is going to change. It's going to be the same. I look at Chelsea, and tactically they have deficiencies. Okay. Rosinia has been writing. I don't know whether he's writing a new playbook for Chelsea or something. I don't know. But you can clearly see that he's not really up there. You know, managing games at this top level requires a level of, brilliance. I think he's brilliant, but he will need some time to appreciate the top level game management by playing in some of these games. It will take him some time. And we know how coaches, we praise Arteta now because over the years, for about 5 getting to 6 years, he's learned how to manage games at top level. It's the reason why he's able to churn results against teams who were previously battering him when he initially became Arsenal coach. I don't think that Enrique is going to allow another slump. Okay? 5 goals to 2. And Chelsea would obviously open up. They are missing.
Course, I mean, they are chasing.
Yes, they are missing the services of Reece James, which means there's going to be an opening either in midfield or in the defense, and that gives a great opportunity for PSG to use their arsenals: Dembele, Doué, Kvaratskhelia, Bakola to cause trouble, and that should be expected. And you look at Chelsea and their ability to score goals too. It's a problem. It's a bit problematic. If João Pedro and let's say Pedro Neto and the others don't stand up with some bit of ingenuity, it becomes difficult. You can't trust their lap. Garnacho would come and post a lion who has fed on some blood, but he comes to the game and then he's acting like an ant. I don't see any turnaround. In this. And for the other game, I said that the 2 games there is not going to be a turnaround. Pep Guardiola and the Manchester City team are going to play with lots of pressure today. Yeah. Real Madrid are more relaxed, and especially when Abeloa seems to be finding his feet. Over the weekend, you saw how he makes youth with experience.
Yeah, I noticed
to
that
give his team that balance and comfortability.
Michael, how many youngsters? There were 4 of them, right? I think there were 4 youngsters in the Real Madrid team from the weekend.
Giving them rest.
No, I think 6.
Okay, 6. Okay.
I don't think he should really worry about playing Mbappe today. I don't know if Michael and any one of you've seen videos of Mbappe warming up and still clutching onto his knee. Clearly, he's being forced. And I don't think he should worry himself to try even have a minute of this game. Madrid can do a decent job. Fine, on a good day. I think City have an ability to win this game, but I'm not sure they are going to score and not concede, especially when Madrid have found their feet in how they create chances and convert them in the last couple of games. And I think that Madrid, they may lose the game, but they will still qualify. Maybe a 3-1 result, a 2-1, a 3-2 scoreline, or they may possibly win the game again, because I know players like Vinicius would have a point to prove in England, especially after missing that penalty. He would know that he has to deliver for the team, and I think it's a tall order. Guardiola himself admitted during the press conference, you could feel his answers that yes, he knows that it's going to be a difficult task. And Real Madrid, in these nights, they always say the competition is for them, and in these nights they will not let it slide. City will need a miraculous, game to get back, and I don't think I'm going to see that. Maybe the Mbappe being part of the team,
Look,
maybe psychological, and Pep will be thinking, hey, Mbappe is coming. How do I play? How do I set up my team? Do I become more defensive? Because if you have Mbappe, even if he's half fit, your defense has issues. Gehi and then Kushanov, whether it's Gehi and Ruben Diaz, whoever plays, that there is that deficiency, and Madrid will just run through. So maybe Madrid is just using Mbappe. They will just put him on the bench, but they will just use him to distort or give Pep that sort of mentality, thinking about, hey, the world's best, one of the world's best players is going to play this game. So how do I set up my team? But let's wait and see. I hope he's not going to play the Doku and Savino players on today.
But that's what he has.
That's what he has. What the last time there were players on the bench. I've said it. Fine. I'm not against Jeremy Doku, but his end product.
That's it's
his end product.
It's always been the biggest thing about Jeremy Doku. Even when he played in France for Stade Rennes, when you watched him at the time, the talent was never in doubt.
No,
the
not
concern
at all.
was how can he turn all of this into an end product? I personally thought he was improving on that end. It looks like he's gone back to the old habits.
Savino to condemn. So I don't want to see those players just play Semenyo, Mamouche Stems, or play any others, Phil Foden and the likes, who have the temperament to rise up to the occasion in games like these.
But do they have the pace and directness? Because with City someone is playing Rudiger, you have Phil Foden and Semenyo, you can't have the pace to outrun Rudiger and the likes. Anyway, Michael, your thoughts on that, and we'll come back to Chelsea. And because I think, okay, let me get your thoughts on Man City and whether or not they can do a comeback job. Then we can talk about Chelsea and how possibly they would want to respond to losing at home to Newcastle and how to overturn that deficit.
I think
this is
Pep is going through
the voice of sport.
A not so good period at Manchester City, and oftentimes when they found themselves in such situations, it wasn't just about Pep lifting the team. They also had certain characters, certain leaders in the playing body whose performance and ability to lift the others with them helped Pep one way or the other. City as it stands now, quote unquote, I think they look very ordinary. Bale and Haaland, they don't have any extraordinary player to step up on occasions like this. In fact, Madrid have more individual game changers than City has at present in the contest of doing it in the Champions League. City don't have. And I think that's where their biggest issue would be, because the tactics of Pep and how much of a genius he is won't be enough to get you over the line against Real Madrid. They are Real Madrid for a reason. They embody character, they embody success, and then they embody everything this competition is about. So if you need to kick them out, you will need to do it in a manner where almost every aspect of your team is spot on. But you can't find same in the City team. They have good players, but they lack the leaders and the players with character to transform their fortunes around. And that's why I fear they might not be able to do it. When push gets to shove, Vinny Jr. can step up and change the outcome of this game. In the same circumstance, you can have Thibaut Courtois putting up excellent saves to keep Real Madrid in this game.
Sporty
Nobody
FM.
expected Federico Valverde to step up, but when the occasion called for it, he stepped up and then he delivered that hat-trick in the first leg. I think Madrid has far too many individual game changers, and then Thierry Henry said this perfectly. The moment you put that jersey on, and then the Champions League anthem is blasted through the PA system in the stadium, they change, they become different. And that is how come a young boy like Thiago Pitach can just slot into this team, play against City, and deliver a solid performance. So I don't think City has that kind of City to get that result against Real Madrid. I don't think so. The biggest mistake Madrid will make is to throw the likes of Bellingham and Mbappe into this game. It is not their game. I don't know, but yes, at times it helps that their eagerness to play or to be part of the limelight, take center stage. It helps them in terms of their player pedigree and where they want to get to. But it's so unnecessary.
Sporty FM.
Your team did a solid job against Real Madrid. They can do without this distraction of Mbappe in training, and then Mbappe limping at a point in time, holding his knee, and then looking like he was grinning. So he looked like he was in pain. Just stay home, recover fully, and return. If they had lost, and then they badly need a result, that is when you can rush to fitness and come and play. But they have a 3-0 advantage. Allow the coach to take his decisions. Now, when you train, it means you are giving the coach much thought, or much room for thought. Now, he needs to consider whether he plays you or not. Now, Mbappe on the bench is an extra pressure on Abelua, because he would need to now, should I let him play? Madrid don't need to tinker with such ideas.
Yep.
So I think it's selfish on the part of Mbappe to make himself available for this game. Left to the medical team alone, I don't think any of them would have added him to that list
This
to
is
send
Sporty
to Manchester.
FM, the voice of sport.
Just rest, recover, be free. They're so selfish on his part. I don't like it that way. But I think Madrid without Mbappe can still do a job against Manchester City. City are missing out on someone like De Bruyne, Vincent Kompany. They are missing out on such characters, players who could just accept the responsibility, understand the task, step onto the field and deliver. Erling Haaland is a fine goal scorer, but without the supplies, he can't deliver. But when it has to come to the supplies, who are the ones to provide it? Savio, Doku, or I don't think City have the players with character to change this game. I think the moment the first leg was over and City failed to score to reduce the deficit, that was the moment where the whistle sounded and then their journey ended in the Champions League. To me, it's like a dead rubber. No matter what comes out of it, Madrid will qualify and City will not make it.
Just finally, just to go back to the Chelsea tie, what gets Chelsea through tonight? Is it top class coaching or just, you know, player inspiration? What do you think can get Chelsea to get the result they need tonight?
They need an emotional setting. Chelsea will need to move by emotions.
Okay.
They can't outcoach PSG, but they will need the environment, the ambience, everything. They will need that kind of energy. Similar to what we saw in Barcelona away at the St. James Park. Chelsea will need that energy. An environment where PSG are so uncomfortable. One, the Parc de France and the Stamford Bridge, the pitch dimensions are a bit different. PSG will not play their game and enjoy it as you expect. It will be so close. Chelsea needs to bring that energy in there. They need to derive it from the fans and take it into the encounter. It needs to be aggressive. By the time you realize if it is 2-0, anything can happen at any point in time. So Chelsea need to play an emotional game, but they need to be very sensible at that. And they stand a chance, trust me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I support Chelsea. So maybe listeners should forgive me. I'll be a bit biased. The reality is it is very difficult. It's an arduous task. But the sentimentality around it means that if Chelsea step up to deliver, even minus Rhys James, I don't know the state of Gusto because the two players seem to have had issues training. Rhys James did not train at all. I think, again, it comes to the character, the players, the personnel. That is where maybe it kills a bit of my confidence. If it was the Chelsea with the Drobers, the Lampard, the Jean Terrys, they know how to immerse themselves into the occasion, understand what is needed, and emotionally channel a certain amount of energy to turn around the tie. And I can give you examples. Chelsea versus Napoli. In the season, Chelsea broke their duck as regards the Champions League. It was an emotional performance. And by the time Napoli realized they had been overwhelmed by the occasion, the whole stadium ambience, everything, it got to Napoli and they did not play their game. Yes, PSG is a brilliant team. But again, PSG is a team that lacks that character, like Madrid, to show up on nights like these and do a back-to-back. If they are doing a back-to-back, it is because they are better than Chelsea and they beat them fair and square on the pitch. But if you bring in the other dynamics, like how you make the environment very intimidating, how you overwhelm your opponent with energy and emotions, I think PSG don't really have that kind of character to absorb that and then overcome it.
This is Sporty FM,
against
the voice of
Villa
sport.
last season, even when they were blazing apart opponents, they were getting impressive results. They nearly lost it against Aston Villa. It was because of the mood that Aston Villa created at the Villa Park. Chelsea can tap into that energy. If they get it right, trust me, the dynamics of this game changes entirely. But I must emphasize, I must stress, it is difficult realistically, it is difficult in practical terms, but it is possible that Chelsea can do this. The two teams don't really have that kind of Champions League character. Yes, PSG won it last season. All of a sudden, they don't become a team with character in the Champions League. You need to do it consistently so that the competition absorbs you, become a traditional or a dominant team in the context of it. PSG are not there yet. Chelsea isn't there yet. So it's open. Despite PSG having a 3-0 advantage, Chelsea, if they get their stuff right, have the right energy and overwhelm Paris Saint-Germain, by the time you realize it's 2-0 and PSG will be playing under pressure.
We'll see how it goes. Those two games are locked for an 8 p.m. kickoff. And as Kelvin said, we are at the ANC Mall today. Join us for Tuesday night Champions League action. There's Sporting Club taking on Bodo Glimt. And then there's Arsenal playing Leverkusen as well. That game is locked at 1-1. I think Arsenal are going through. Right, Kelvin? We'll bet all our monies on Arsenal to go through, right? Arsenal to go through. Kelvin, what's the scoreline for the Arsenal?
It's going to be a narrow scoreline.
Not 3-0. 1-0, maybe 2-1.
Maybe 2-1, something like that. 2-1, 2-0 at most, or 3-1. I know Kasper Human is going to come into this game. He's a very good tactician. If you see how he builds his team, he's really going to test Arsenal. And we've seen him in the last two games that they've played. He's played against two of the top teams in Europe.
Drew 1-1 with
Arsenal and drew 1-1 with Bayern Munich as well. And he's playing even with lots of makeshifts. Robert Andrich and the likes are playing in defense. Ask yourself, if he had Andrich in midfield and he had a very good centre back players available to slot into that central defensive role, it would have been critical. You saw how they played against Arsenal. Arsenal couldn't breathe. They couldn't have that loose end. And he understands. Any coach who plays against Arsenal knows that I would need to put a low block and make sure that I prevent them from having corner kicks. That was what happened.
Yeah.
You stop Arsenal from having, because if they break you down by the set piece, it means you would have to open up the game and move forward.
Yeah.
And once you make that advancement, what happens to you is that you are going to leave your defense behind.
Of course, you are vulnerable.
And he's going to score.
Yeah.
This evening, Tapsoba, Andrich, and then Jarrell Kwanzaa, the former Liverpool boy, they will be in defense, and then Ernest Puku, the Netherlands international, will be on the right. Alex Grimado, Alex Garcia Palacios, and then I'm sure Ibrahim Maza and Tillman will play behind Patrick Schick, or even if it's going to be that Cameroonian boy, that boy who came to the AFCON and gave I normally forget his name. Kofan,
yeah.
He's a difficult player, and I'm sure he will be thinking, no, if I put Patrick Schick, Gabriel and then Saliba will bully him. But if I put Kofan, he's strong, he's younger, he's more comfortable on the ball than Patrick Schick. So why don't I allow him to play? And then maybe in the second half, when I, of course, all the havoc, I just take him off. It's going to be a difficult game, but Arsenal may have to rely on maybe individual brilliance like it happened against Everton to win this particular game. I expect them, I back them up, especially when it's at the Emirates, where it's difficult for them to lose. And let's not forget, the Champions League, no away goal rule. So even if you get a scoring draw, goalless draw, you get into extra time and then penalties, which I think that Arsenal will have an edge to win this game. So Arsenal would progress, and Bodo Glimt are also going to progress. This evening, they may even go and beat Sporting Lisbon in Portugal. So, yes, I expect Arsenal, Bodo Glimt, Real Madrid, and then PSG to get into their quarters.
Michael, final question. Who do you think is going through? Kelvin has listed his winners for tonight. Who will be on your list of winners for tonight's Champions League game?
Straight up Arsenal.
Sporty FM.
This time, Real Madrid will qualify. Arsenal, Real Madrid. And I think it is 70-30 in PSG Chelsea, and it's 60-40 in Bodo Sporting CP. I think a miracle will come from one of these two games: Sporting CP Bodo, and then Chelsea PSG. One of these games will give us a miracle.
Okay, we will see. We'll see what happens tonight. Michael, thank you so much. We'll catch up later. Later. Enjoy your day. Michael Asabwedu joining us from Sporty 91.3 in Kumasi. Time check is 9:54. Let us wrap it up on the Sporty Breakfast. A few things before we leave. A reminder that Delish Restaurant at the University of Ghana poolside behind the UG Stadium is where you want to go for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you want a place where you can do your hangouts, business meetings, or chill with friends, Delish is the place, and they have great meals. So if you like jollof, assorted noodles, noodles, assorted noodles, yam chips with spicy wings, club sandwiches. If you like banku and tilapia, boiled yam with garden egg stew, all of that.